voice is fried. I still can't fully warm it up properly. Without it feeling weird and bad. So I couldn't warm up properly before my 8-hour reverse 1999 stream. And I'm like paying for that. My throat is so mad at me. I have to be careful. So we're just gonna do a short stream today. But I wanted to try doing some chatting again because I don't know if you guys have heard, but I freaked the hell out when I heard that in America, it's not every, but some 7-Elevens are finally getting at least some items from the Japanese menu. Not everything, but it's a start. It's a start. It's a start. You don't understand. As somebody who like practically lived at convenience stores when I was in Japan, it really hurt me when I left Japan and convenience stores only had shit. So just the fact that this is a thing at all, even if it's still not like perfect yet, it's still huge for me. So I wanted to kind of screen about some things that make 7-Elevens different in Japan, and maybe check out some of the good food that I hope maybe someday will make it over and things like that. You hope it doesn't change everything? I disagree. Only because they're actually so bad. In comparison, I think it would be bad if they had only like the Japanese style food. Like obviously they need to keep some of the stuff that would appeal more to American customers, but there's a lot of stuff from the Japanese ones that I'd like to see come over that are just not it currently. And before I do that, really speed quick because I haven't been able to for a while. Hello Funka and Yalter and What Stinky Sucks Too and Blank and Demo and Dark Shadows and Dark Side Evil, Hammer Trickery and Scissorus and Ballistic Brows and Justin Curry and TGM and Brandon Stripes and Mayato and Gogo Salt and TGM on Twitch and Lee Shade and Alicia. I wish I could go to 7-Eleven. That involves going outside. I don't want to go outside. Hello Gabriel Hunley and Addleboy and Lightfellow and Mike PC and the Crescent Knight and Jet Black J. I don't actually know which 7-Elevens are getting it. I don't think it says which ones, but it would be interesting to know. I'm curious if anyone knows that their location has had any so far. Hello, Rush24, you live next to one? You should go check. You should go check if you have the good stuff. But, I don't know. What Japanese one should they bring over? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that a bit. But first I wanted to check out an article. I just found like random ones to cover it. This one is from today.com. Yeah. The picture is the promo image that I've seen. It is the official image that they're using that I've seen in a lot of places. I will say the image does not give me much hope. Because the number one thing that I've seen discussed in general whenever I bring this up is, will the quality be the same as the food in Japan? And I'm gonna be really honest. That's what scares me. That's what scares me. I don't trust. The quality of burgers and shit at the American locations is already really bad. So no, I don't really trust, but we'll see. Depending on the pricing though, I do think it's neat. Because you know, fast food in America is kind of a joke these days. Hello, Summer. Because the problem is, fast food restaurants, like even McDonald's and shit, they now cost so much money. Like it used to be the place that you'd go if you didn't have a lot of money, where you could get a meal or whatever. Like obviously a treat, but also was affordable. Now it's like, nah, that's luxury food half the time. So where do you go if you can't afford a lot? Well, 7-Eleven maybe is helping fill that void somewhat. Because that is kind of what it does in Japan. You can get pretty affordable bentos and stuff. I think it's still cheaper if you make it yourself. But it's like, it's compared to restaurants, it's definitely very affordable. 18 bucks for a Big Mac? I don't order Big Mac, so I can't compare. Damn, that's terrible. That's so bad. Yeah, the quality is ass too. Honestly, some things at McDonald's are surprisingly good though. I do like their McChicken. And I like shaker fries, but not all locations have shaker fries. I got a really good set when I was in Hong Kong, and I was like, I could eat that for days. The nuggets are also pretty okay. I mean, there's definitely better nuggets and tenders and shit. But they're not the worst. They're okay. Hold on, I just noticed the alert was buried. Let me see if I can move the Twitch alerts so that you guys can actually see them. Your latest disappointment? Okay, we have a question about KFC. Because I'm wondering if I'm actually crazy. A long time ago, I remember KFC fries being really, really delicious. But these days, KFC fries are plain and soggy and shit. Was I hallucinating and looking at the fries through like rose-colored glasses? Or did they actually get worse? I can't tell if it's just me. Oh, Starling. Man. I haven't had it in a while. I hadn't until I did one day, and then I was like, man. So they did change the fries? It's not just me, okay. I feel a little better knowing that it's not just me. Most of the fried food places changed oils a while back, so all the fried stuff is an odd aftertaste. What are they using now? Do they use like a cheaper oil, or is it like a better quality oil if they got in trouble for using like real bad shit? Like, what happened? Why did they change? My favorite oil for like deep fried flavor and stuff, I really like sunflower and peanut. Oh, peanut. Peanut oil is really tasty. But it's expensive as fuck. How much did I know on the YouTube side? KFC fries used to have wedges. I wonder if that's what I'm thinking of. I just remember the fries used to be seasoned, like they had pepper or something on them, and now they just don't. I will believe you saying Malaysian fries are better. Considering McDonald's fries in Hong Kong were like immediately better, I will believe it. There's sunflower oil, yeah. It's quite good. They downgraded, I believe it. Yeah, Popeye's fries are pretty good. Honestly, okay. Also, dog, I'm gonna give a very controversial opinion right now. I don't like Popeye's chicken. The breading ain't it for me. It's too greasy. And the seasoning just makes me feel queasy. I'm a big fan of fried chicken, but I do not like Popeye's chicken. But you know what I do like? Popeye's fries and Popeye's biscuits. I love their chicken if I chop it up and cook it in a stir fry, like reuse it, but I do not like it as is at all. I do not. It's just not good. I might be because I'm a little biased to liking smaller pieces of chicken with like drier, like potato or rice starch breading. Hello, Strawberry Zombie. So that type doesn't really do it for me. You don't know what else you get at Popeyes? No, you don't get anything else. You order the chicken, you just don't eat it. You use it later in stir fry. It goes good with other stuff. Hello, Lord Italian Minute Sky. What do you mean dry-ass biscuits? Those biscuits are moist. Where do you go? You must have a really shit Popeyes. I'm sorry to tell you. That's what I really like about the biscuits. They're so buttery and moist. What do you mean dry-ass biscuits? Your mouth is dry-ass. You're drying out the biscuits. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Those biscuits are not dry. And then maybe you just let it sit there forever. You have to eat it when it's like piping hot and fresh. My favorite Nas Popeyes is bottom tier. You know what? I'm not gonna necessarily argue. Considering I like their fries and their biscuits, but not their chicken, and they're supposed to be known for their chicken, that's probably a problem. Yeah. Fast food restaurants, as always, thinks it's a competition with pointless tweets. Well, the only one that ever actually won was Wendy's, with an anime girl. I'm still disappointed that we never got Wendy's VTuber or Colonel Sanders VTuber. Wasted opportunities all the way around. Hello, Inva. They're also in really sketchy places. I mean the 7-Elevens. Yeah. A lot of them are like random corners on the street, or like they double as a gas station. Actually, that's an interesting point that I did want to talk about. I think part of the reason that 7-Elevens are so different in Japan versus North America is because in North America, their purpose is less convenience store where you go to get a meal or get some necessities or get a treat. And they still have those things, but it's not the main purpose. The main purpose is usually an emergency stop or a gas station. And when most people aren't getting like the good food, they need food that can just sit there for hours. And the other thing is, if it's a gas station, it's not going to be as comfortable or welcoming. Because if it's a gas station, they want you to come in and get the fuck out. They don't really want you to spend a lot of time there browsing or anything. They literally want you to go in, pay for your gas, maybe grab a snack, and like leave. But in Japan, most people, especially in big cities, not everywhere, but in big cities, most people use public transit. So in Tokyo, for example, a lot of the 7-Elevens that you see, they don't even have gas. Because there's not even a place for cars. Like, there's no point. The purpose is entirely different. It's more like a little community place where you can get a lot of stuff, get a snack, or it's like everyone knows of it. Everyone goes there for different reasons. But it's not this place that you go when you have to. It's a place you want to, if that makes sense. And I wonder if this means we're gonna start having them more comfy outside of Japan and stuff. But probably not. I want to talk about a bunch of stuff, so we'll keep going for now. Yeah, it's kind of like trucker food. Which makes sense. Yeah, it's literally just a convenience store. Hello, Karen. The interesting thing, too, is that, did you guys know, I'm pretty sure 7-Eleven didn't actually start in the US and then expand to Japan, where it became actually a big deal. Like, in America, no one cares. But in Japan, everyone cares. It's interesting. Hello, the Anthony Gamer. No gas. Next thing you'll tell me they don't play Lotto. I'm 99% sure there's no Lotto at 7-Elevens in Japan. A lot of types of gambling are illegal in Japan. I don't think they have scratch cards. I could be wrong. Maybe it's changed, or maybe I just was too naive and never noticed. But I'm like almost definitely sure scratch cards are like not legal. And they don't have them. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong though. But yeah, I forgot that's also a big purpose in North America. Gambling. The scratch tickets. I have a problem with those, so I can't buy those. Hello, Darth and Vampy. I grew up with a very illegal hobby. I've talked about this a number of times, so I'm not going to get arrested or anything, but I grew up with a very illegal hobby. When I was a kid, I would like to give my parents the puppy dog eyes whenever I walked past scratch cards, and I would get them to buy me scratch cards because I was 3. And I was not allowed to buy scratch cards. But as an adult, you're also not allowed to buy scratch cards for a 3-year-old. Hello, Rokamoto. But I guess I got really excited scratching them. And they always liked to see me scratch them. So I would get them to buy me scratch cards. And I would literally use scratch cards like almost every other time I went to the store, which wasn't very often, because, you know, back in those days, the warehouse was still getting established, didn't have a lot of money, so I'd be really, 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 really careful and stuff. But I remember, like, once a month or something, I'd end up having a treat day where I went to the mall just to walk around mostly, and I would just be like, scratch card. It was dangerous. You also got them as a kid. Glad to see I'm not the only one with parents breaking the law. Oh, the Dragon Theater fan. It's fun, okay? Listen, as a kid, I can objectively say I had way more fun obsessively using my nails scratching every last millimeter off of the card than my parents had using like a coin to scratch it quickly and then throw it in the garbage when they lost. I can promise you that I had more fun illegally scratching every single part of the card, technically making it void if I won anything. I liked to scratch it all. It was like the act of scratching it made me feel really powerful or something, and I really liked that. And I love it to the point that I actually have a bit of an addiction, which is why as an adult I'm not really allowed to buy stuff like that. Self-rule. I know that, I don't know if this makes any sense, but if you guys have certain things you're addicted to, you might understand what I mean. It's a very slippery slope for me, where I can promise you, if I bought one, if I made an exception to buy one lottery card, well, I guess lottery or a scratch card, I would buy more and more and more until it was a problem. So I can't let myself buy even one. Which is why I get all the gambles out of me in like, fictional games and stuff where I can use fictional currency, and why I only use, monthly passes and gacha. Same deal. It's too dangerous. Yeah, that's why I avoid the gacha streams. That's fair. If you know that it's a weakness for you, you should definitely keep yourself safe and careful. It's luckily I've been really good at limiting myself to the monthly passes, so I try to encourage other people to use it smartly as well. But oh, I'll fix the BGM. But I know that some people aren't able to. So I like to try to help and make sure people know it's okay to look after themselves and not do stuff like that if they have to. Hello, person and Robonite. Anyway, back to this. So this is the promo image that's being used. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about it because the burger just looks really bad. The ramen looks like, how do I word this? It looks like you bought a thing of baby spinach at the grocery store, put a single piece of 7-Eleven chicken in, some corn from like a can, and some of like 3 pieces of spinach from the cheap little pack, and then just instant noodles. That's what the ramen looks like. That makes me fear. Hello, Reverend Gonzalez and the Rapture Queen. And the wings, well, they just look like shit that you can already get. It looks bad. I prefer my chicken without ligaments. Boneless thigh and chicken breast. I know it's a crime to prefer chicken breast over legs, but listen, if that's a crime, call me a criminal, because I don't want bones and veins and like stretchy weird shit and like grizzle. No, that's not, no. That's not food for me. I do not enjoy that. That just reminds me that this thing is supposed to be running around and instead I'm gnawing on its dead body. So I don't need that. I don't need that. No. I think the best chicken though is boneless thigh that's cooked really carefully. Like the type of chicken you get at like a Korean or Taiwanese style restaurant where it's like it's deep fried with the fatty parts, but the coating is really thin and crispy and not greasy. So it evens out and that's really nice. Oh, they're mocking Baka Nikajaga. That's true though. American 7-Elevens will find a way to mess it up, which is why I'm nervous. And they also have teriyaki chicken rice balls. which, I mean, it's hard to fuck up a rice ball, so I hope it'll be okay, but they might find some way to make the rice wrong. I don't know. I actually have a really unpopular opinion about rice balls. You guys aren't? Yeah, I saw that, Brandon! A court just ruled a day ago that boneless chicken can have bones in it. Well, you know what I rule? That perjury is legal, because that's just fucking perjury. You can't just go in court and be like, this chicken legally had no bones, ma'am, knowing it has bones. And then the judge is like, I see no problem here. I see a problem with you, judge. You're a fraud. You're a fucking fraud. I'm gonna go, next time I travel, I'm gonna order boneless chicken instead of cook it myself. And it's going to have bones. And I'm gonna cry. Because I do not like bones. And it's all going to be the stupid court's fault. I hate it here. Let's start pirating everything. How do you pirate chicken? Do you just download it off the internet and rip it out of your monitor? Go to farm, kidnap chicken. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't think I want to pirate my chicken. No, that's okay. Oh, Ravi, animated grant in space around key. Oh, that's true. 3D print some chicken meat. Okay, actually though, I'm excited about the 3D printers that can supposedly make meat. Like cloned meat. Those are two things I'm really excited about. Cloned meat and 3D printed meat made out of the stuff that makes up meat, but it's not actually meat. Hello, which sounds really terrifying, but as someone who's gone through periods of being vegan and vegetarian, because I feel really bad about eating animals, but also I really like meat, and I need meat because I'm anemic and it's yummy, and I always end up eating it anyway. I like the idea of being able to eat like legit meat, but it didn't come from an actual animal. That's like big brain shit in the future that I'm excited for. Need science to make me chicken breast with no chicken. I will truly be living. It'll be amazing. Also, just better for the environment, because then you don't have to have whole farms for like chickens and cows running around and like feeding them and housing them, and it's just better for like everything. I agree though, as long as it tastes good. If it tastes shit, I'm sorry. I can't do it. Yeah, no. As long as they don't start selling Soylent Green, I still want to watch that movie. I've never seen it. I want to see it. Maybe our next member watch along that's a full movie. That would be really fun. Mushrooms are a good substitute for a burger? No. Combining. Putting a full portobello mushroom on a burger that's like nicely marinated and fried. Yummy. I actually find burgers... I do. That being said, I do prefer vegan burgers over meat burgers. That might sound blasphemous, but I once had a really, really good burger that was made out of sweet potato, black beans, and I don't know what else, corn, some other stuff. But the way it was cooked at this place, like tofu burgers and stuff, bleh. Impossible meat burgers, bleh. But I like vegetable burgers that are like burger shaped, but they're not trying to pretend to be burgers. Sometimes they can be really good. Yeah, black bean burgers are fire. And that one was so good that I don't even crave real burgers anymore. I always want like that burger. It was delicious. They're so high in sodium. No. The store-bought ones are bad. This was a restaurant burger. That's the trick. If you want a good vegan burger, the trick is to never buy it at the grocery store. Never. Absolutely under no circumstances. At restaurants, sometimes they can be good though if it's a restaurant that makes them from scratch. Or find a recipe and do it yourself. And when you make it yourself, you can control the level of sodium and stuff. The store ones are absolute garbage. I thought I didn't like them until I had some others that proved me wrong. But yeah, they're surprisingly good. Well, yeah, at long last, there'll be more than hot dog weenies at the konbini. At least to start, because I do not enjoy hot dog weenies. The closest thing I like to hot dog is like a very specific type of vegan hot dog. I eat meat. Again, I'm not vegan. I just think meat hot dogs are nasty. But there's one specific brand that makes them out of seitan, which is like just pure gluten, and that's really tasty. I like that. Hello, Bucko. Earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal published a video report on 7-Eleven's recent efforts to bring a similar range of food items to its U.S. stores that it's already well known for in Japan. I'm hoping that means more than just these 4 items, but we'll see. in the long run, we will see what that means. The only people that tell you fake meat is just as good are the people that only eat like 1 burger a year. I eat probably half and half. Fake meat and real meat, depending. Well, only if you count like scrambled eggs as fake meat. It's more half my meals have meat, half of them do. But I will say nothing is gonna taste the same. They can taste as good, but don't expect it to taste like meat, if that makes sense. They can be really good, but the ones trying to taste like meat are the ones that are gonna disappoint you. It's the ones that are doing their own thing and focus on being yummy that are good. I don't know how else to word it. If it's trying to be meat, it's only gonna fail. But if it's trying to be yummy, that's true though. The hot dogs are at least the same as the ones you get from home. Other stuff is just worse. 7-Eleven's Japanese convenience stores, konbini, put a focus on unique and tantalizing food. I mean, yes and no. I'd say it's still pretty average, but it's good. In stark contrast to the hot dogs and slurpees of its American counterpart, I wouldn't say contrast in that way. I'd say there's just more variety. Hello, Dummy. Pam buys a 7-Eleven when? Please, just give me a 7-Eleven, put me in charge. By the end of the day, yes, one day, I will import like the entire menu from other places that have better shit and keep only the macarons. Because in the fridge section, American 7-Elevens do have really good macarons. It's the only thing I'll keep. And maybe the Slurpees. You know, the Slurpees are okay. I'm gonna save up, buy a franchise now. The company's leadership, Japanese company 7&I Holdings, is taking a page from the konbini with partnerships with famous Japanese restaurants. Onigiri, I like how they specified rice balls, not jelly donuts. A+ effort. Hello, Aaron Kelly. I still want to do a stream where I make jelly donuts. It's like actual jelly donuts, but they're shaped like onigiri. I think it'd be really funny. And egg sandos. And embarking on a similar regionally focused approach in its American stores. I do really like that. Hello, D2-centric. I think this is part of the reason that Japanese convenience stores, and in general, a lot of Japanese restaurants succeed. The regionally focused approach means that everywhere you go, you can find unique snacks. For me, I would always look for unique regional chips and things like that. But it's sad when the stuff you want to eat is not in your region, but it's also really nice when you travel because it gives you more stuff to try. And I actually don't like jelly donuts either. I just think it'd be funny. We're constantly evolving the fresh food assortment in our stores. That's a lie. Every time I go, it's the same shit. Tailoring the offerings at each location to meet the needs and preferences of local customers, a 7-Eleven spokesperson tells Today.com. Our team draws inspiration from around the world to introduce new items like mango nata donuts. I haven't tried the mango nata donuts. I'm assuming that's this. It's like mango cream in the middle. It doesn't look very good to me. The reason that it doesn't look very good to me is that, to me, this looks like a curry bread with an egg yolk on it. But I know for a fact that it's not a curry bread with an egg yolk on it. So biting into it and having it be anything but a curry bread with an egg yolk on it is gonna make me sad. So yeah, I don't want it. Hello, Star Ruby. Barbecue pork. Barbecue pork sliders, chicken curry bowls, and everything breakfast sandwiches that can be found at select 7-Eleven stores, Speedway, and Stripe stores across the country. It's a sweet donut with a mango filling. It sounds wrong compared to how it looks. I don't like it. They also work closely with 7-Eleven Japan to share learnings and best practices. That's what gives me hope. That's the part I like. The fact that they're actually discussing with executives in Japan to determine what works and what doesn't. And while I don't expect a one-to-one, because obviously America and Japan are different things, different trends will work with different populations. So even if they make it one-to-one, it's not going to be the same level of success either way. But it does give me hope that maybe they'll have some better stuff. No, I like mangoes. The donut very specifically looks like curry bread. So if it's not, I'm gonna be disappointed. I like mango. Mango salad is really yummy. Hello, the Japanese chips at your local 7-Eleven. Your local 7-Eleven has Japanese chips? Fuck you. I don't really... Well, I have some local places that have Japanese chips, but it's kind of like international markets that take like a whole day dedicated to going there's worth of effort to get there and back. So I have to stock up all at once. I can't just go whenever I want them anymore, which actually might be good for my wallet, because when I lived in Japan, it was a problem. The amount of money I spent on chips was not good. Because you see, in Japan, I know I told you guys this before, I lived on a corner. I lived in my university dorms. Not university, sorry. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like a specialized school. I always think of it that way, but it was like a very specialized program. I think the dorms were shared with one though. And it was, what was it? It was like to finish with like some stuff. I can't go too into details, but it was like an apartment. And how do I compare this? Okay, so you know dorms in North America and Europe, how they're usually like cramming a bunch of people, whether it's like a boarding school, like elementary or whatever, or whether it's college, you'll see like a bunch of people, usually like 2. Sometimes I have seen people stay up to 4, crammed in like tiny rooms. You don't really get your own room. Even if you get your own room, you often don't have a private bathroom. You don't have a kitchen. It's just kind of like hallways of rooms that can feel like a hospital at times or something. It's just kind of like yucky and not exciting. Let me try to find an image if I can find a comparison. American school dorm. I should be able to find something. Like this is kind of the stereotype when you think of stuff like this. Honestly, no, yeah, this one looks pretty accurate to what some of my friends showed me. I've never stayed in a dorm outside of Japan, so I don't really know. What? This is kind of like the dorm experience that you would expect. And it's like 2 beds, extremely close because there's no space. The room is very boring. There's 2 desks so you can work. Hello, Silla! Congrats on the Vtuber anime. I'm so excited for you. But there's not really any privacy. Still, I'm screaming about dorms in North America and how they're very shitty. So this is like, yeah, the stereotype is no privacy, very small, kind of dull. This is kind of what you would expect. Whereas, I don't know if I can find an image. Yeah. This is from a random school, but it's an image of very similar to what my dorm looked like. So, just to compare to the American approach for dorms, this is what you often see. Hello, ma'am. This looks like your dorm when you were in college, Vongol. I'm so sorry that you had to live like that. This is the type of dorm that I had in Japan. Yes, my dorm had a private balcony. that was only accessible to me. This is a one-person room, okay? This is like what most people get for a dorm in Japan. It's pretty much a very, very small studio apartment. But the little squiggly line, that's like a door, usually, right? So it feels like you can close it into a bedroom, even if it's not. It honestly is pretty much perfect. I miss it. I would live there in a heartbeat again if I could. But you have your own private balcony. You have a desk, you have a bed, you have a closet. There is usually a private kitchen so that you can make like your own food. You don't have to eat dorm food. It's usually just like a hot plate, but I mean it works like a single element so you can fry stuff. There's a refrigerator. The toilet and the shower are kept in separate rooms, so it's just a little more sanitary that way. And the washroom, like with the shower and stuff, the entire walls of the whole room are waterproof, so you can like walk around the room or whatever. It's kind of neat, actually. Then there's also like, I'm gonna admit I did not have a washing machine. That part is not true for me, but yeah, this is basically the exact layout that mine was as well, except mirror image, but and anyway, I don't know why I got into talking about the layout, but anyway, my dorm was across the street from I was on the corner of a street, right? Across the street was Lawson. Across the street on the other side was a 7-Eleven. Across the street diagonally was a Family Mart. So I lived in konbini bliss, where 24/7, any day I wanted, anytime I wanted, except, because most people in the building were minors, I could not go after midnight, but that did not stop me from sneaking out. It was so bad. Sometimes I really, really, really needed my late night snackies. There was no alarm or anything, just the door would lock, right? So all you have to do is get a co-conspirator, get somebody else in the building and be like, hey, can you open the door and let me in? When I'll smuggle us in some snacks. And then you sneak out, you buy the snacks, and then they sneak you back in the building. It's fine. Like, everyone did that pretty much every day. I got busted once. They didn't like it when the Japanese students did that. They had to be a lot stricter, but a lot of us foreigners were like actually pissed off because we never had curfews before, like, anywhere. So like, what the hell is this? So the staff, unless a Japanese student was with us, in which case they had to pretend to be a little more like no. They would kind of let us get away with murder. Well, not actually murder, but you know what I mean. And the one time I was caught, the guy, he just came out to like get something in the office or something. He was like, shh, and then laughed and left the building. So the one time I was caught, I was not even discouraged. I just kept doing it. I decided it was bullshit. So, to be fair, that wasn't illegal. It wasn't a crime in the country. It was just a rule of the dorm, and the dorm owner didn't stop me. So, so it's fine. Girl, you're wild. Listen, I'm pretty sure, actually. No, I remember now. I know what I went to buy that day, too. The one day I was caught. Oh, Eric, I actually needed to go out. Legit, I needed to go out. I had a fever. I had pneumonia. I I was really hungry and I had no food because I was too sick to go anywhere or get any food. And I remember I went to buy some more of the like cooling patches that you can put on your forehead, and I got some ice cream, and I got some like a few sets of instant noodles so that if I felt up to eating, I wouldn't die. I remember. I couldn't remember why. I think that might have been the real reason he was probably so lenient with me. He knew I was sick as fuck. Probably saw that I only bought essentials and was like, yeah, this girl's gonna die if I don't let her go. So I think that probably makes sense. No ordering food delivery. I don't even know if there was food delivery. Even if there was, because of language barrier, I wouldn't have been able to use it. I don't know a single food delivery app that was in Japan back then, or even is in Japan now. So no, that wouldn't have really been an option. Hello, Flaws for King's Hand. But yeah, it was neat. Anyway, so I think I know a thing or two about konbini and their food. Okay, considering that was my life. And so here's my point that I thought's really funny. 7-Eleven began its story in 1927 by selling ice, just by selling ice in America. And then it expanded to Japan, and where it became instantly way better. Japan saw this shit of a chain and was like, I can fix it. And they did! Hello, Kenny the Pretty. Yeah. It's interesting. But I believe, yeah, it says after 2 bankruptcies, it was bought out and now it's owned in Japan. And I think this says more than anything, this next sentence. It now boasts more than 13,000 shops in the US and Canada, but more than 21,000 shops in Japan. Japan is smaller than a lot of states. So the fact that there's 13,000 in the entirety of the US and 21,000 in Japan, I think that goes to say how much better they're doing at it. Also, Apollo! Thank you for the raid! I'm screaming about convenience stores in Japan, except I'm getting on lots of tangents because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I know you just released a cover, so I'm gonna sneaky show part of it. Give me a second. Thank you for the idol read! Where is my window to share it? Oh, there we go. Capture size though is all wrong. Give me a minute. There we go. Okay, I want to hear it too. I like how you added the English annotations too. Oh, it's a creepy song. I'm already sold. Creepy songs are the good shit. I love me some danger. Oh my god, the art is so good. It has like, I definitely feel like this art is dangerous. like I get danger vibes from this, and I love that. Different. Wait, you drew this? Holy fuck! I was gonna ask who you commissioned, and you take commission. It's so cool! I didn't read the credits because I'm tired, but that's amazing! For a first time, you did really well! I always wanted to develop some sort of like unique, creepy art style, but I've never figured out anything that works yet, so I'm like, wow. Alright, I'll cut it there, so if you guys want to see more of it, you gotta go and support the official upload! Oh yeah, I should introduce myself, I keep forgetting lately. I take a week off and I forget how to VTuber. Hello, for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm the CEO of Playasia, Obake. If you came over from Apollo's channel, if you're familiar with me, I can assume a possible reason, and I'm so sorry. I'm still waiting for more chapters. Someday. But for now, we are screaming about convenience stores because some convenience stores in America are getting Japanese foods, and I have so much hope for the future right now that I need to scream about it. Even if right now it looks hopeless, I have some hope. Bro, how is the food? If you said they rolled out early at yours, is it just like snacks and chips? Like a few, or is it actually like a big good selection? I'm curious. Is the chips are probably what I miss the most, but I got another one I wanted to look at a bit. I'm not gonna, actually we could watch the tour. If you guys wanted to watch the tour of...
All right, so we are
20 minutes, fuck that.
On the way to convenience store.
We're gonna skim
Things
it.
you can see in there.
So there's usually like magazine and book sections, which I think convenience stores occasionally have outside of Japan, but you don't really see it as much anymore because people are moving away from stuff like that, kind of, to mostly digital. There's a pretty good toiletries section, and this section in particular, I remember seeing a section like this, but it's not as good. Like, I needed a tiny pair of scissors to just cut one thing on my wig when I was at Anime Expo. And there wasn't a single thing of fucking scissors or like a razor or anything I could have used. And like, I'm pretty sure I could have bought scissors in this section. Right now, it's just like an aisle of snacks and chips. Still promising. I was like, oh, this is my favorite section. Actually, I lied. The bottled drinks. I know you can get bottled drinks at 7-Eleven in America as well, but they're shitty drinks. It's just, how many flavors of soda do you want? How many flavors of juice do you want? Nah, here you can get iced coffee, you can get iced black coffee, iced lattes, you can get sports drinks, you can get tea, you can get unsweetened tea, you can get sweetened tea, you can get unsweetened decaf tea, you can get, like, basically less selection of soda and more selection of, like, unique teas. And I guess for most people, they might not like that, but I'm not a soda person, but I am a tea person, so I really like that. Like, everything here is tea. Wait, I gotta see if they have the best one. Yes. This one, my dudes. This. I need to get strong zeros. Also, yes, that is one thing that 7-Elevens in Japan have, that 7-Elevens in America do not have alcohol. Although I'm gonna be honest, that's probably for the best. But yeah, you can just straight up go to a 7-Eleven in Japan and buy alcohol. I've never done that, obviously. But this green tea is my life. This particular brand, I love it. I love it so much. There is alcohol! I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe it's because I don't look for it. Is it behind it? I don't even know. You can buy it, but not hard liquor? How did I never see it? It's probably just because I don't buy it. I thought it didn't have any. Man, all this time, I just specifically blocked it out of my brain so well. I never even knew it existed. Just beer? Maybe it depends on this day. I wonder. But haven't been to. I don't actually go to 7-Elevens like ever. I did during Anime Expo. Other than that, I think I went once at Anime North, but that was different. I maybe go like twice a year or something. I'm not really. No, it's just too disappointing to go in there. Yours also has hard liquor. It must be unique then. Maybe they will get strong zeros then. If they have alcohol anyway, never mind. I'm not a drinker, so I just... I guess I somehow very specifically ignored that it exists, and to the point that I thought it didn't at all. Amazing. My selective vision is incredible. Yeah, they have a big selection of instant noodles. I did notice that there is a decent selection of them, at least a couple flavors. These are more like rice cakes though and stuff. The instant noodles are in like the same section, like instant oden, rice cakes, and different things. Lots of different meal packs. Like you can buy stuff to make curry. You can buy different stew sauces. You can buy condiments like soy sauce and oils. And a lot of these are like condensed broth for like ramen, soba, or udon. You just mix it with some boiling water and then it makes like a really good set. And mayonnaise. Here's the bakery section. They do have bakery sections that honestly aren't that bad. I say having never bought anything, they just looked tasty from a distance. As the American ones. Back when I was in Japan, I didn't have an issue with bread for my tummy, so I ate a lot of it. I would usually have those, honestly, the big slices of fluffy toast. I would eat like 2 of them. The brand was just called The Bread. And I would eat like 2 of them for breakfast. Or I'd come in and get like one really unique thing. You can get like pizza bread, soba bread, corn bread. Like it's just full of like corn. You can get red bean buns. I'd often eat those too because then you get some protein. Custard buns. There's the melon bread. Look how big they are, for those of you who've never seen melon bread. Melon bread's a little sweet for me. I crave it whenever I don't have access to it. When I have access, I don't actually like it.
Also, if you're looking for the bathroom, they do have
Which makes no sense, but I think for those of you who've never had it, it's like very close to like conch bread. The ATM is actually really good at a 7-Eleven in particular. Because I noticed that like Lawson and some other ones, the ATMs don't always work with foreign cards. So if you need to withdraw money or anything, you're going to be actually having a hard time. But the ones at 7-Eleven, they do take international cards. I'm sure they have fees that I gleefully did not look at because I was too scared. But my best advice, if you're ever going and you need some quick money in Japan, find the nearest 7-Eleven. There will be an ATM that can have, it will have an ATM that will have, I forgot I forgot the A. I've never actually eaten one. I just know I've heard they're similar. You can go there and you can withdraw money from, I think, most international banks. And that's more important than you think. What's up, the enemy trails? Because here's the thing. They'll eat you in exchange fees. I recommend withdrawing a large amount of money if you need anything, or exchanging money before you even get to Japan. Hello, Kristen? Because here's the problem. And this is one thing that a lot of people forget to do before they go to Japan. Traveling in a lot of other places, like I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are like me. If you're traveling in America or Canada or Europe, you're probably going to rely on credit card and debit cards because for a lot of us, it's just easier to not worry about carrying cash. And you don't have to worry about being robbed or anything because you don't have any fucking cash. But the problem is, in Japan, most places, I don't know if it changed, but when I was there at least, most places don't take cards. Or at least don't take credit cards. Some do, and I know you can kind of pay with some cards. There's a certain card that you can use for boarding trains and stuff, and some places like 7-Eleven, you can pay with those cards, but like you can't expect to go to a restaurant or whatever and be able to take cards. Most places are going to require cash. So if you need cash and you end up in a situation like that, 7-Eleven will be able to save you if you don't have it. Yeah, Suica. Depending on the region, it can be a different card, but I use Suica. Hello, John. You remember Lumen mentioned debit and credit are indeed not too common? Exactly. At international stores and stuff, sometimes you're okay. For for example, the Pokemon Center. I know the Pokemon Center takes international credit cards. Don't ask how I know that. But a lot of other places do not. I was extremely lucky and my grocery store did, so I would usually use my card there and try to save money, but I think even a lot of grocery stores don't. So, yeah. It's very much, a lot of us elsewhere are used to having a very cashless society. That's not the case. So, if you're going, make sure to be really careful and prepare lots of cash. Cash is also a little bit easier to limit your spending. Because with cards, it's easy to just kind of swipe and not realize the damage you've done until it's too late. But carrying it can also be a safety concern, so I usually use cards. But yeah. I don't think it's the ATM. I want to check, it's not the ATM, but there's a machine that's like by the ATM. I know Lawson has it. I don't know if 7-Eleven has it. But there's a machine that you can actually use to get tickets to concerts or events and stuff. Like, I know a lot of it probably now is done online, but at the time you could go and print concert tickets, like official ones and stuff, from machines at 7-Eleven, or Lawson at least. You could go in and use the photocopier. You could send photos by email or whatever and print them if you didn't have a printer, and that was great. I got a lot of use out of that as a student. What did I buy from the Pokemon Center? Too much. I know I bought a little Litwick plushie, and it was really cute. Most of the stuff I justified by saying it was gifts for other people and used copious amounts to decorate my room until I got back and then gave it all away because I had no space. Also, if there are any mods available to help me ban someone on Twitch, there's a bot. If not, I can go grab it, so no worries. You could live out the apocalypse on a Japanese 7-Eleven. Oh, absolutely. In that regard, it's probably helped prepare you almost as much as like a Costco, as long as you're like less people. Because that's probably for more people. Anyway, back to the video. There's also, I've never used them, but you got me, thank you, Zilla! There's also the coffee machines, but I mean, a lot of foreign 7-Elevens still have coffee machines, so that's not really the biggest deal in my opinion. I also don't personally think you need the coffee machines. Unpopular opinion. The canned coffee is really good. You don't need the coffee machine. There are hot vending machines and hot canned coffee. Like, I guess maybe if you want like sweetened coffee or something, you might need this. I prefer black coffee, so for my tastes, the vending machines were perfectly acceptable.
So in Japan, like, they actually sell tea
And
warm.
yeah, you can get warm tea. They have like warm fridges where it keeps all the cans and stuff inside warm.
So they do that here. Even in the vending machines,
This flavor is hojicha, which is like roasted green tea. How do I describe hojicha? I can vouch for this. Well, how I imagine it based on the smell anyway. Hojicha, it's an acquired taste, right? I love hojicha now. I did not at first. I bought it once, not realizing it was hojicha, and I spit it out. It was so bitter and weird and nasty, and I slowly started drinking it made myself. And I grew a big taste for it. Now hojicha is probably my favorite taste, even above matcha. Once you come to like it, it's really rich and satisfying. But if you don't like it, almost every person I introduced it to and made some for them, they said it tasted like the smell of cigarette ashes. So, it's very much an acquired taste. If you're not used to it, it can be really foul. Like, I remember the first time I drank it, I was like, is this something's wrong? It's like, what did they bottle? This doesn't taste right. And now it's my favorite. I don't know what happened. somehow along the line, it became my absolute favorite thing, and now I just adore it. I just love it. What? Yeah. Roasted green tea? Yeah! It's really good. It's extra rich, extra
And that's it
yummy.
for now. We're going to come back later at some point because the truck has not arrived yet for the bento and onigiris, and that's what we always look forward to.
Let me see. Also, I'm just eyeing like the candy aisles. I'm gonna be honest, I only bought candy once at a convenience store, and it was only because they had the characters for Conini and Obake on the bag. And then I remember I ate it and I didn't like it and I was sad. I was scammed. I do like a lot of treats, but I like the savory treats, like some noodly snacks. It's like dried ramen but flavored, kind of.
Okay, so this is a good time to get your bentos.
Oh yeah, this is a big part about them.
This is what I really
So
like. I
for
love-
instant food, this is the biggest thing. There's a whole section where you can get bentos, which a lot of people like to say are healthy. I'm actually going to disagree because most of the time it's just kind of like easy food. The problem is in Japan it's really easy to eat unhealthy. I think a lot of people are healthier because of all the walking, but rice in terms of like nutrients and stuff is really only gonna get you so far. And a lot of the stuff at the konbini, it's like heavy rice, some protein, and then like barely veggies. It's convenient and it's really yummy. Oh, jasmine green tea is so good. I found jasmine flowers too, so now I can make decaf version. So basically, you can get like different rice balls or different bentos, everything from like curries to stir fries to katsu to oyakodon. I was not a fan of the bentos. The reason I didn't like the bentos is because I had a kitchen and I'm a decent cook, so I like to have fresh, hot, yummy food that I make myself for a fraction of the cost because I have ingredients. But if you need them, a lot of people say they're very tasty. They're kept in a fridge so they're cold. Usually they're safe if you eat them cold. But you can also heat them up if that's what you want. Sometimes they have a microwave that you can use to heat them up right inside. You can also buy pre-marinated ramen eggs. Those were good though. I used to eat them like candy.
I don't know why Japanese love.
You can see what I mean here by like it has some healthy stuff, but it's not like it's not gonna be as healthy as if you make a homemade meal for yourself. Heard it was cheaper to go out for food than cook in Japan. No, I don't agree. It's cheaper to go out for food if you want to eat poorly. Like you can go and get really cheap meals that's just like rice with a tiny bit of beef on it or something. You can live on it, but like you're not gonna feel as good as if you make homemade healthy stuff. And if you buy healthier stuff, it starts to get expensive.
There's some green beans there with sesame
Hello, Lucky
seeds,
Hipster and Kapalush.
but that make good pork.
They are getting onigiri. Don't worry. That's one of the main ones that's been already listed.
This has like a lot of fried food with it too.
Yeah, that's another thing about bentos. A lot of the food in it is kind of like deep fried. Not always, but a lot. That's the onigiri section. They have the triangle ones that some of you guys know and love. But I'm going to give a very controversial take that I meant to give earlier, but I forgot. Are you guys ready for my very controversial take? I don't like 7-Eleven rice balls. With the exception of one very particular rice ball. You say it's not controversial, but most people love these things. Hello, Adam Dragon Hero. Let me pull up the good one. I'm trying to find an example of it. Japan. There's one. What was a restaurant with a convenience store? I don't think I've ever seen one. I'm trying to find a picture of it because it'll make more sense that way. This is not the one at 7-Eleven. I might be able to find. Oh, this is one. This is one. Okay, I found a picture of one that got opened up. They're hard to stay closed. These ones tend to be a little messy to eat. They tend to kind of fall apart a little easily. So this is what it looks like open. This is the one kind that I like. Part of the reason I don't like them is I don't like mayonnaise, and a lot of them have mayonnaise, but these kind don't. So inside of these rice balls, the rice is like slightly seasoned or something. It's not mayonnaise though. At least it wasn't when I ate it, because I get sick if I eat mayonnaise, so I know. I think it's like a demi-glaze sauce or something. And then inside is a soft-boiled marinated egg. And the yolk is like really creamy, and the egg is really well cooked. And it's marinated, so it tastes really good, like the best eggs that you get in ramen. These ones are kind of hard to find though. They tended to sell out pretty quickly. I would get these whenever I saw them, and I would enjoy eating those. Elliot! Thank you so much for the raid! I'm yelling about convenience stores right now. I am so sorry you came in while I'm screaming about convenience stores, although you probably knew what you were coming in for, so actually, you're welcome, guys. I think that's probably what you signed up for. It's fine. Can I pull up one of your Twitch clips as a thanks for the raid? It'll be random though, so only if you're 100% comfy with that. Because I think I can take anything from the account, so if you're not, I will refrain just in case. For anyone who doesn't know who I am, hello. I'm the CEO of Playasia. Thank you for joining membership like a hipster. And right now, I'm yelling because the some American 7-Elevens are getting some of the food from Japan 7-Elevens, and I'm losing my shit because yeah, it's good stuff. I miss the good food instead of the shitty food. Also, holy moly! Lucky Hamster, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. I really appreciate it. If you got one of the many gifted, make sure to thank. Let me go back to the box. Get the video ready to play. I feel like where no one knows what that song is anymore, I should probably update. I should probably update that alert sound, but also I think it's perfect, and I don't want to update it. It's too good. I don't want to change it. Don't worry, you still know what it means. The real ones know what it means. It's a if you know situation. Very much so. You've been lurking for bits. You've quickly become one of my favorites. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the streams. I think I've seen you in chat a few times. I appreciate you being brave enough to say hi. But no worries. You're also welcome to continue lurking if that's more comfy for you. Lurkers are always welcome. The meme is near like 2 years old. That's why I feel like I should change it, but I also don't want to. Maybe if I get a new animation for the alert, then I can change everything. For now though, I love it.
Snack right now.
Yeah, I don't think they have the egg one. I'm like eyeing it, trying to see if. Wait, I can't read it in this distance. I wonder if this might be it. It's usually like one of these type. No, this one. It might be this one.
They say like they use really good high quality rice. So
I think this one.
Good, or they use a really good quality. What do you call that?
But yeah, for the other ones, it's great if you like rice balls. A lot of people really enjoy these. But for me, they're just not quite it, because rice hurts tummy.
I might get this today because
but I do know for sure that that's one thing they did state, that American locations will be getting rice balls. I just wish I knew which ones they were getting, because I feel like it's probably, I know they're getting the teriyaki chicken ones, which to be fair I think actually sounds pretty good. But I'm kind of nervous that they won't get my egg ones, because it's a little bit more of an obscure rice ball. Like, even when I got it in Japan, most of my friends were like, why are you ordering that? No one orders that. And I'm like, it's my life, bro. But here, they also have like sandwiches. If you're averse to mayonnaise like me, I do not recommend eating a single fucking sandwich on this show. Basically, every single time I got brave and tried one, it had mayonnaise, so don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it. These are the hot meals. Sometimes they'll have, like, curry. Sometimes they'll have, like, pork belly. Sometimes they'll have little strips of beef. Sometimes they'll have stir fry or, like, oden. It's, like, little hot meals. Although this might be a fridge, I'm not sure, but they're intended to be eaten hot. These ones actually always looked really tasty to me, but I never, oh yeah, they have omu rice sometimes in these.
Pretty American.
But I never really had the opportunity to order any of these type of ones, because every time I went in, they were sold out. To be fair, I'd usually go in at like midnight.
This is very healthy. We like soba.
Yakisoba is actually not healthy, I will argue, but okay. And like lots and lots and lots of different meals, like a really big selection. Hello, JRPG Junkie, we're yelling about food in Japanese 7-Eleven. It's great.
So this is what is inside this, but it's grilled, if you're wondering.
You can also buy some ingredients. There's a lot of like cakes, yogurts. Sometimes you can buy like little tiny strips of meat or eggs. Yakisoba, yeah, it's so bad for you, right? It is pretty tasty though, yeah. I did find a place that has 100% buckwheat noodles though, like no wheat at all. And buckwheat's not bad for nutrients, so sometimes I'll make that as a treat. And I don't find it hurts my stomach.
Got that too, if you're a fan.
Oh, they have good macarons too. I didn't even know that. Oh, OG, I didn't actually know macarons when I lived in Japan, so I never would have known. They have like daifuku and like fruit and cream puffs. A lot of this stuff I think does exist at the ones in America, just different flavors. Okay, maybe not like dango, but most of the other stuff does. Just different flavors. It's like this side, like laundry detergent, soaps, toothbrushes, floss. You know, if you traveled and you forgot everything. You still never tried dango? It's pretty good. I recommend mitarashi. It's both salty and sweet. I really enjoy it. Tiny bottle. It's really bad for your wallet. Don't buy the tiny bottles. They're deceptive. And then you can get the alcohols, which apparently exists in America, and I just somehow never noticed. I still don't know how that happened, but I never noticed. Here's my favorite section, the chips. This is more like a Walgreens. I feel like that's fair. That's maybe a fair comparison. You can get like dried squid, lots of dry snacks. The dried snacks are my favorite section, because I don't have a sweet tooth, but oh boy do I have a salty tooth. I never really was into any of these though, like the dried seaweed snacks. Dry not seaweed. I like seaweed. I don't like dried seafood. I like fresh seafood. But the chip section had a really nice variety. Consomme flavor is one of my favorites to get in Japan. I'm not the biggest fan of nori chips. I know a lot of other people like them. I don't know, they give a weird taste to me. It's like, I just rather eat sushi. I have like lots of flavors, like wasabi, consomme, just the best one. Well, the best one in terms of reliable. Most of the flavors kind of come and go. Oh my god, I see a karage flavor!
This is a classic as well. Like,
fried chicken chips, gimme!
Yeah.
It's like corn chips.
yeah.
They have a black pepper flavor that's also really good, that you can find depending on the location. Yeah, corn chips that are actually corn flavored. I think they're more common in Korea though, but they're still pretty good. There's a snack in the chip section I really like. Oh, this is the brand. This brand has a really good black pepper one. Hello, Skeptical Panda. In the chip aisle, there's a snack called Baby Star, which is basically like dried ramen. Those are really good. And they have different regional ones depending on where you go. Every time I travel, I would get some and try different flavors. They're really enjoyable. I like them a lot. I also like these little cans. They're like Pringle style consomme chips. These are kind of like noodle snacks, but like that's kind of what I meant. But they're in like little balls instead of like individual pieces. I like the pieces.
So if you're have a
to me, they're more fun that way.
This is actually a good one because it doesn't have any sugar. So this is all children's snacks.
Yeah, they have like little candy sections and stuff. They got lemon chicken chips imported. Oh, that sounds so good. They have this weird peanuts. It's like peanut in another nut. I think I know what you mean. It's kind of like, I don't think it's in another nut. It's kind of like a peanut in like a snacky shell. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. They're inside some Baby Star snacks. That's how I know what they are. They're really good. It's like this really, really crunchy shell. It's like a big circle. I don't know what it is. It feels and looks like malt, but I don't think it's malt. Melty Kiss, matcha flavor, amazing, by the way.
Here is all the rice crackers.
I never actually ended up eating any of the rice crackers. I like salty, but I'd always go for like, I don't know, not rice crackers. I just find rice crackers are really hard. I bite them and my teeth are like, why? I like tiny ones though. They're good. If they're given to me, I will eat the whole thing. But if I'm gonna spend my own money, I'll tend to eat other things. Is that what it's called? I don't know. They're basically called Japanese peanuts. It must be like a thing in Japan then. Oh yeah, you can also get like korokke, meat buns, fried chicken, potato wedges. Lots and lots of good things. Where is the good chicken? I'm not seeing it. Oh shit.
Yeah, they have like a variety of
the best chicken at 7-Eleven is the spicy chicken on a stick.
But it's pretty popular here.
That shit is what I really enjoyed. I used to order it a lot. The best convenience store chicken in Japan though is Lawson chicken. Lawson chicken. Get the good stuff. Trust. Trust. On a stick, yeah, it's like a kebab of like 3 pieces of spicy chicken, and it's boneless, so I'm biased. I tried their ice cream. Oh, this one, this matcha one, matcha chocolate crunch. That's good. I'm not an ice cream person. When I am, I like matcha and coffee ice cream because they're not as sweet. They have like that bitter taste to balance it out, and then I don't want to die. Sweet ice cream is a bit much for me. They have no Mexican foods. Not really in Japan. This is still a Japanese location. I do hope though that the ones in America don't lose the food they already have, because I know that would upset a lot of people. But I hope that they instead have a good balance of the two. And then there's like a self-checkout and there's a cashier checkout. I'm gonna get out of the video because now we don't need any more of it. But yeah, there's lots of like different sections. A bit of a close-up here of one of the bentos. So you've got a section of rice, then you got a section of meat, then you got some salmon, you got an egg, it looks yummy. And then just like some more of the meals and stuff. These ones look like there's lots of cheese and tomato. They make me want to die. And the hot and cold. I said both words at once. This is what I mean. You can get some ingredients. Like there's like mushrooms and stuff in case you're running low on like a specific ingredient for dinner. The pastries and desserts. They have frozen, cold ones, and room temperature ones. They have just a little bit easier to see in some of the photos. The cup noodle section is very big. I don't know why they said this is the cup noodle section when most of this isn't actually noodles, but okay. I used to get one that was called Hokkaido Men Ramen. It was like for men. Like, it had the kanji for like otoko on it and stuff. It was like men only ramen, and I would just go and buy so much of it. It was like an extra big container that was really, really, really spicy. It had chili oil and chili powder, and you're supposed to like put in a certain amount to your taste, but I would just dump in the whole package. It was really good. I wonder if I can find it by searching like Hokkaido men ramen spicy. I've never been able to find it since, so I doubt it. Instant. Wait, no way. I don't know if this is it. I don't think this is it. No, it doesn't have the right kanji on it. It doesn't have the right kanji. It's not this, but I think it might have been very similar because the stuff, unless they changed the label or something, I don't know. But the stuff that it comes with looks very similar. This is the one that I would get, something kind of like this. I don't think it was this exact one, but it came with like the multiple packages of spicy shit like this one does, and the broth looked red, and it had like a dude with a headband. Maybe I'm like remembering wrong. I don't know. It was similar to that, I'm pretty sure, but I was pretty sure it had the kanji for like man on it, and I was like, what the fuck? I think the first time I got it out of spite, and then I was like, oh wait, I really like this. They might have changed the label over the years. I don't know. It was really good. Now their selection of hot foods. I don't see the chicken on a stick at this one, but that's okay. They have like hash brown, korokke, and chicken, and fries. Kind of your typical hot food things. And coffee, the frozen desserts, a very decent selection of personal care and stuff, magazines. There's also a bathroom that you're allowed to use, which used to be a thing a lot in America if you needed to use the bathroom at a 7-Eleven. But the last few times I went in somewhere and I was like, hey, do you have a bathroom? They're like, no. And I'm like, betrayal. I guess some places don't have a bathroom anymore. I don't know what that means. Yeah. And then this one just talks about actually no, this is I'm gonna hold off on this, I think, and take a few minute break. This is the menu at American 7-Eleven. I want to do a comparison next. I want to look at both menus and compare. But I don't want to overdo it for my voice where I'm still healing and I overdid it last time. So I'm going to take a quick washroom break and I'll be back in a few minutes. And then we'll stream for a while longer. Not sure how long, but at least for like a little while, you know? Before getting up, and then I came back. It's just a slap in the face.
Chat, please. Suppas are free for the next little while.
I should also bring my dog treats.
Your what?
I have dog treats. They're really yummy. I
For your
stole them.
dog,
I don't
right?
give them to my dog anymore. They're mine.
Let's get this over with and hurry back.
Bam!
I should also take those so I can make other people try them and then people understand I'm not crazy. I got my snacks for the con. Baby dog treats. Let's go.
Bam, no. Bam, I will cook you food, so please, God, no. Bam, I promise. I'm a good cook, I promise.
What if I provide the ingredients? We can make food with dog treats and baby food.
I'm not
Wait,
eating
you guys
that.
don't actually have to do
You guys, give her money!
that.
The baby needs to eat!
Listen,
the baby needs to eat! Feed the baby! Feed the baby!
Oh shit! For some reason, I thought that was the area I needed to go to! I thought the stage was lit up gold, and I was like, I need to get out of the area that's lit gold. Nah, I just ran the fuck off the stage.
Good and evil.
Oh I'm sorry! Oh my god, that was embarrassing. That was bad. That was atrocious. That was certainly the state of my brain. Holy shit. My biggest scar is on my knee. I don't think you can really see it anymore. I think I outgrew it because I got it when I was like 7. I was playing tag and I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. I like turned around. And this is when the warehouse was made of wood. The warehouse isn't made of wood on the outside anymore, but it was at this point. And I turned around to laugh at my friend because they couldn't catch me, and I ran into the warehouse. I just ran straight into the building and split my whole knee open because it crashed into the wall. And unfortunately, when it crashed into the wall, I got a lot of splinters too because it was made of wood. I don't even know how I'm so clumsy. Did the pillow change color or am I actually losing my mind? I'm starting to think maybe I'm losing my mind. Twitter, Discord, YouTube, music, and Playasia. Okay. Now it's yellow! What? And the skin color changed. What? There must be some hotkeys set up that I'm not aware of. I love to sing them, but I'll never be like, yeah, I'm good at the, like XYZ. Dragon Song is probably one of the first songs where I genuinely felt like, I think I'm actually good at singing this. And I've sang it so many times that I've really kind of made it my own, and it really means a lot to me. It inspired me to push myself, take myself more seriously. It's so much to help me, so it's like the least I can do for people who are actually in Dawn Trail and need to level, like trying to help you guys get there. So I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 of those while I'm away. I might also ping when I'm available to play, but don't feel obligated to reply. Only at Evans, we're not real. So we are you know what? Fine. Are you happy? You got lucky. Are you? So the next one is going to have full harmonies for all of the vocal parts. It's going to be a big group. It's going to be having a female choir and a male choir. And it has a very long intro and outro, so we're going to be chilling for a while we wait for it to start. And that is okay, because the instrumental is fire. So if you guys think of any songs with a really long intro. Also, if you follow me, I'll eat you, because I don't have a brain. I'm just in a state where I've given up right now, so I don't make the rules. If you follow, get bored, I guess. Hope your Anime Expo went well. It did! I had a really good one this year. Last year I found it was really scuffed and I struggled quite a bit. You guys won't stop, man. I'm getting nice and full. How can we carry on if redemption's beyond us? Wait, emergency message. I ran back from 2 rooms over. There's end of ARR spoilers in the video. So if you're not done around... So I loaded the game and I just look like this. And I opened the game on the TV with Pam's siblings and Pam parents watching the TV. And then the game loads up. And this is in the main menu while I'm in queue. And I'm just like, no, it wouldn't have been there. It must have been when I got in. Because I think that doesn't show people for now. And I log in and this is there. And I'm like... And then, hello, Faelinia. Here's the best part. Yeah, Pen Parents too. Pen Parents too. And here's the best part. I've never had this happen before, but I saved in an inn. And apparently when you log back in, after being in an inn, at least when I did it on my laptop on the TV, there's a very slow. Why is it always showing the most awkward clips when I get back? Oh well. I saw Fritz's comment about we've been to a gas station bathroom. Don't want to make someone go through that, let alone clean it. And honestly, now I kind of understand why a lot of the washrooms are no longer public access. That alone, I'm just like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's too horrifying. No one should have to go through that. You know, I get it. I get it. Oh, that's nice. The keycaps are adorable. Yeah! They're really, really cute. I can stare at you from the escape key. I gotta build a keyboard so I can have one myself. Let me have one more sip real quickly. So first, I want to look at the hot foods available in most of the American 7-Elevens and then compare. And you guys will see why I am excited, at least for my personal taste. Not a lot of this really does it for me. So you have everything is like cheese everywhere. I fucking hate cheese. So it's evil. It's made for the escape key, but you might be able to use it elsewhere. So there's the barbecue bacon cheese burger roller. Nasty. Big bite hot dog. This is a mess. How do you eat this? Your face would be covered in mustard and tomato and ketchup. Or you drop it on the floor. Like, you can't put this in your mouth without spilling shit and making a mess. Why would you want to eat this? I don't get it. Also, Zilla Master, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry you call me mid-rant. I must rant. It's big and it's nasty. Does it make your own? Okay, so I guess you don't have to make it that way then. That's at least one good thing. I've never ordered it, so I don't know. I just assumed that's the only way you can order it, and I was like, that's horrible. Hello, Puck. Anyway, at least you can get it without toppings. It's still just a fucking hot dog, though. I mean, if you're really hungry, it's got carbs, it's got meat. But in my opinion, if you have the option to get a hot dog or any other meat, can you honestly say you would choose the hot dog? Maybe if you just needed one that's really cheap, but like under almost any circumstance, I don't know anyone who would like willingly eat a hot dog. That's like if you're at a barbecue or like something and you have to. It's not something you would buy because you're like, oh, I want a hot dog for lunch today. People don't want hot dogs. No. At least they're good hot dogs though. I mean, I guess. For people who like them, at least they're good. I don't understand. I've never met someone who willingly likes hot dogs. You do how? It's like a meat stick. It's a meat stick. I want my meat to be like the original meat shape. I don't need it put into a tube. I don't need it put into a tube with a weird textury covering that feels like bladder. Like I don't need that. I don't need this weird thing that is not an organ but just gives me the vibe that it's kind of an organ just like taken out of a body. I like vegan sausages because it doesn't freak me out that it's a meat stick because it's not meat. That's true though. If they sit out too long, at least they don't dry out. But nah, I can't choose the hot dog willingly. There's also at least, I mean, there's black bean burger, but it's not vegan. It has fucking cheese. I guess that works for vegetarians, but for people who like me who hate cheese, it doesn't help any. And it's limited time only. So if you are vegetarian, you're gonna have to be vegetarian for a limited time only, or you're fucked apparently. But don't worry, they got you for a limited amount of time. Wow. Learn to love cheese? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm not going to eat curdled, solid, rotten milk. I don't even like milk in its normal state. Why am I going to eat yellow bacteria milk goo? I think I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need that. That's nasty. Hello, TP64. I have heard people say the Costco hot dogs are really good, though. That is one thing I've heard a lot of times. I will believe that. What is this cheese slander? No slander. I'm only telling the truth. I'm just telling it like it is. Hello, average email. Chili cheese dogs. I don't like chili and I don't like cheese, so I beg to differ. But hello, Derek. And then you have a cheeseburger. You know, just in case the black bean cheeseburger wasn't enough, you have another cheeseburger. Hello, Anime Sky. Do you like pizza? I like my pizza. Mine has no cheese. It also has no tomato. It's great. Any other pizza? Nah. I will admit, at least the burger patty looks kind of good, but I feel like it's one of those things that's deceptive. Like, do you guys know fast food advertisements? The food is not real. Like, it's real, but it's not cooked the same as in the restaurant. Like, they'll cook a patty for like 10 seconds to make it look really good, but then the middle of it is like still fucking raw. Look at those toothpicks in photos to hold everything together so that it's like the perfect distance apart and makes it look like it's really well put together when it's actually not. Honestly, these are probably staged in the same way. They're probably not cooked properly, and there's probably toothpicks in the middle. It's fake. I mean, Japan's food on display is not really much better, where it's just straight up plastic. It's not even real food. It's really nice though, the plastic food in Japan. It's really pretty. It's basically the pre-cooked kind you can microwave like 30 seconds. Ew, nasty. It looks good at least. And then you have a chicken sandwich, which I will admit, if you can DIY the chicken sandwich, I've never ordered one, so I don't know. Instead of getting it with toppings and like with condiments, if I can just have the bread and the chicken, I will admit that one doesn't look too bad. It's so far, you know, the only thing on the menu I think I would even consider actually trying, which says a lot. Hello, Angelica Pickles and me. And then you have the chicken strips, which I'll admit the chicken strips look perfectly acceptable. That's kind of hard to get chicken strips wrong. It's hard to get them really right, like the good chicken strips, ugh. But it's hard to get them wrong to the point that I won't eat them, because you know, chicken strips are just good by default. Glazed cheesy barbecue meatballs. I'm gonna admit, if these didn't have the cheese, they might look kind of okay. But they're deceptive, because they're stuffed with fucking cheese. So basically, you know, the story is if you don't like cheese in American 7-Eleven, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. And I am one of those people. If you don't like cheese, and if you don't like ultra fatty foods, like, have you seen any of these yet that's not ultra fatty? Nope. Nope. That's true though. If you don't get fried chicken right when it's hot, it does get pretty nasty. I usually take it home and recook it, so for me it's not the biggest deal. But if you're eating it right there, I can imagine it'd be kind of yeah. And then there's hot honey boneless wings. I will admit those look kind of good. I'm not allowed to have spicy stuff anymore though, so I couldn't eat it, but they look good at least. They look really good. Korean barbecue taquito, I've never actually tried any taquitos. they scare me. And hear me out. Because maybe you guys can help me figure this out. The reason they scare me is that I feel like almost all of the taquitos always have cheese or tomato or both or like sour cream. And I've been too scared to buy any to try because I'm so scared that I'm gonna bite into it and it's gonna have one or all of these things. So I've never ever been brave enough to try a taquito because I don't want to risk having any of those things in my mouth because I will vomit. Not because I'm allergic, because I hate them that much. I will vomit. I hate. Usually no tomato. A few times I've seen them they did, but yeah, they very almost always have cheese. The Korean barbecue one though might not. I am kind of tempted to try the Korean barbecue one. My fear with the Korean barbecue one is they might have like ketchup in there. Because some Korean places do use ketchup in their food. I usually know because I can taste it and I do not enjoy. It's absolutely terrible. They have mini tacos, but again, there's going to be ingredients in that I probably don't like. Unless I'm wrong, in which case tell me, because maybe I could try them someday. Nachos. Not a fan of nachos. Again, my preferences do not overlap very nicely. The buffalo ones don't have cheese. Interesting. Maybe you could try that sometime then. And then you have the spicy garlic chicken roller, which I feel like probably has cheese. If it doesn't, though, that actually doesn't look so bad. But the main thing here is that this is the deception of variety. I don't know if you guys can tell what I mean, but this is all the same genre of food. This is all like the same thing in my brain. It's all made of very similar ingredients. I mean, there's differences, but it's all very similar ingredients, similar levels of fat, similar flavor profiles. Basically, do you want a combination of meat and bread? That's it. No veggies, unless you include condiments or like pepper toppings. This is just, what combination of meat and bread do you want? It's all the same. Whereas at the konbini, if you really don't want bread, you could buy one of those packages of just ramen eggs and buy a salad. Or you could buy just fried chicken and a seaweed salad. If you don't mind rice, you could have rice and veggies. You could have rice and meat. There's a lot more for different types of people. It's one issue I have a lot traveling in America, because the thing is, a lot of the typical American flavors and tastes, I don't like them. When you don't like cheese and you don't like tomato, you're kind of fucked when you're traveling in America, because that's like two things that are in almost everything, unless you're going for like certain types of food. So places like this make me really sad. But then, that's true, they might have a better selection of cold food. I've seen a decent amount, but it's still a lot of it is like sandwiches. And it's still kind of stuff. I wonder if they have their cold food. I want to check if they have their cold food. Let me do something real quick. Hold on. Hold on. I want to check something. I want to check if they have a list of the cold food that I can compare. I'm going to pull up a random video. Just to block. Give me a sec. Fresh and chilled. Would that be like the cold food? Oh, yeah. A lot of it's still the same-ish stuff to me, though. It still doesn't really cater to my tastes. At least this is the cold ones. I don't know if this is microwavable. But it's like subs, which again is still bread, meat, and cheese. I mean, you can get a banana. You can get a salad. I do appreciate when the sauce comes on the side, because then if you're like me and you don't like dressing, you can still have it. I also don't like pasta. So that's another thing that makes it hard for me. The American ones and in general, a lot of places we have to get a quick meal. I don't like pasta. So it's like everything just... I can get fruit, which is good. I can get salad. Load more. Okay, that is definitely not their full selection. That's like nothing. They also have pizza. They don't have their cold selection, which makes this a little difficult. Let me try this, hold on. If I don't put in an address. If I don't put in an address, can I do a fake delivery? Look at their food. I don't see a microwavable section, but I got up like ordering for them. They have pizza. It looks sad. The pizza looks kind of sad. It's gotta be better than some pizza though. There's some really bad pizza out there. They have the small bites and meals, which is like the stuff we just looked at. Like spicy chicken wings, buffalo chicken wings. Basically a lot of the same stuff, but a bigger variety of flavors. More options for cheese, taquitos. More variety for hot dogs, chicken wings. Some of the chicken wing flavors look kind of good though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they have them without the sauce. Korean barbecue chicken on a stick, that looks good. The microwave stuff isn't 7-Eleven brand. That's probably why I can't find it, maybe. At least they have it though. I do remember seeing some. I remember none of it really appealed to me. Some of it I probably could have eaten, which is still a step up. They have ham and cheese croissant. Why? I mean, I guess that's fine. I would probably like it a lot without the The problem is with sandwiches, again, the issue is a lot of them have mayonnaise and stuff, which I don't enjoy. Also, bread hurts my stomach. Jamaican beef patty is interesting because that wasn't shown earlier. It's still kind of like a lot of the same types of things. I wish I could pull up. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They have curry. That's actually nice. I wouldn't have expected them to have like Japanese curry. But I guess they have curry and grilled chicken. Spaghetti and meatballs, feta chicken, chili and rice. It's still a lot of the type of stuff, with rare exception, that I wouldn't really eat. But it is a little bit better than that one page of like nothing but deep fried meat and bread. I think it's just looping at this point. But you know, it shows a little bit more. It's trying. Oh no, it's still going. There's like some salads, more pastas. That's kind of like your typical need a quick meal pickup at a grocery store type stuff. Most of the sandwiches won't have condiments on there. Oh really? You have to use packet. Interesting. Maybe I could try some sometime then and just not get a packet. I mean, obviously like the chicken salad and like wraps and stuff would come with stuff already in there. But I guess some of the other ones would be okay. Smoked turkey slider. Diablo chicken. Orange chicken fried rice. This is at least slightly different. It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich or a burger. Yeah. They have lots of stuff. But then, I saw a list of 26 recommended things to get at 7-Eleven in Japan. And on planmyjapan.com. And I wanted to see which ones I've tried and which I'd recommend. I will admit I don't like a lot of the stuff at the Japanese one either, so don't get me wrong. There is this section, which I'm assuming also exists in the American one. I think I remember seeing like a big salad section. You know, like little cups with like hummus. You can get like salads, different things like that. There's also, this is just straight up instant noodles with a sausage on top. I will admit that looks sad. That looks really sad. Sometimes to make a good meal from 7-Eleven sounds like a stream. You know what'd be even more fun? Trying to make a stream out of going to like the dollar store. Dollar store ingredients. Can I make a good meal? I think that would be really fun. Film going through the store, looking for ingredients, finding shit for $1. And then I have to somehow make it good. Please don't, you might get sick. Listen, I've been through a period in my life where I had to do that temporarily, so I know my way around the dollar store. I I didn't die. I had some food that was okay. I think it would be fun. Let me see. I don't care about your stats. I want to look at the food. Oh, yeah, this is a better representation than the other picture of the instant noodle section, because the other one had a lot of like stuff that wasn't instant noodles, whereas this one has like noodle bowls and noodle cups, but they're all actually noodles. There's some type of tonkotsu ramen, which is pretty good too, or ramen, which is pretty good too. There's alcohol. The section can be really big at some stores. Oh yeah, this is another thing. I think it's the same in North America though, but the stores in big cities are open 24/7, which is really, really good for people like me who live degen hours. But you know, of course, it's not everywhere. Like in the Inaka or in the countryside, you're not gonna have it open all night because no one's gonna fucking go there. So YouTube videos about surviving a week for $10 dollar stores. Yeah. When you have to, it's possible. Anyway, the things that you can try. Instant noodles. I am happy that's one thing that you can still get at American 7-Eleven even before this. I definitely saw some. The problem is they don't have the biggest variety, but they have your basic flavors that most people will enjoy. If they expand it, it's basically just getting more options. But at the end of the day, instant noodles is still instant noodles. While I like certain types of instant noodles, I do not enjoy cup noodles. I like the kind that you have to boil on the stove for 2 minutes, and they come usually in like little sticks. And the package is flat, and then you boil it on the stove in a pot, and then put it in a bowl. That's not quite as instant. These are more convenient for traveling and stuff though, because you can use them at like a hotel or whatever with boiling water. But the kind I like is probably like one step above instant. I don't know if I could eat instant noodle anymore after that. There are instant noodles flavored like cocoa curry though, and those are interesting. But I just use the package to make stir fry instead of curry. Cup noodles are pretty budget tier. Yes and no. Your standard cup noodles can be pretty budget tier, but sometimes Japanese cup ramen can be really heavily priced for the novelty. I've definitely seen some go as high as like $8 in America, like certain flavors. So not all of them are affordable. A lot of the more niche ones can go for like $4 to $8. I think I bought the cocoa curry one recently for like $6 or something, so it's not always as budget tier as you would think. So I hope if they do bring a bigger selection, it's one thing that they keep at an affordable price range for people who need cup noodles instead of just people who want them. Because at a convenience store, things should be convenient and affordable. They shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna go in with my savings and buy a treat instant noodle that imported from wherever. It's like you kind of need to be able to afford it. It's like where you go when you're desperate, not when you want fancy ass imports. I like the limited time stuff though. Whether it's noodles or chips, I think the limited time is a really smart approach. You see this with Vtuber merch and stuff too. Limited time engages the FOMO, and then you feel like you have to try it before it's gone. If stuff is there forever, you're less willing to try it. It's a good marketing strategy. But yeah, there's a lot of decent flavors of instant noodles. So if you're into instant noodles, they're not so much my thing, but I know a lot of people like and rely on them. And that's one thing that I hope does get brought over. Again, the sandwiches, most of them have mayonnaise, so if you can't have mayonnaise, be careful. There was one really specific type that I really liked that had fried chicken. Most places had mayonnaise, some didn't. Also, you didn't see it here, but I would consider it a sandwich. I ate a lot of curry bread. I'd have to carefully read the ingredients because some brands of it did have cheese, but the ones that don't, curry bread is excellent. If you just need a quick little pick-me-up, if you don't have time for a meal, it's mostly bread and meat, but it sometimes has a little bit of veggie in it as well. The curry can have a little bit of a gooey, weird texture if it's room temperature, but it can still be pretty good. If you've ever had freshly baked curry bread, oh, the experience is totally different. So now, whenever I'm craving curry bread, I remember I did this with Aka, I think. I recommend trying to find frozen curry bread or buying some and reheating it in the oven. Because if you buy frozen and you heat it up yourself, that's the good shit. I promise you. And you have like chicken egg with teriyaki sauce. This one might not have mayo. That one looks okay. I think I'd be too scared to chance it. There's also sweet sandwiches. Yeah. So if you want a sandwich as a dessert, they have sandwiches that are filled with like whipped cream and strawberries. This one's like custard as well. That's probably not something you should have for lunch or supper, like ever, under any circumstances. But it's a nice dessert. A baguette just full of white sugar in the middle. Amazing. There's a selection of rice balls. As I said, my recommendation, and the one that I hope is coming isn't just like tuna mayo. I want the marinated egg one. That shit is amazing. And please give it a try if you ever see it. Unless you don't like eggs, then you really don't want to give it a try because you will not like it. And then there's the hot counter, which is similar to the one we have. I will admit, that's my chicken! The chicken on a stick. The chicken on a stick. Out of the 7-Eleven chicken, the chicken on a stick is the good shit that you want to try. Try the chicken on a stick. Best thing in the hot counter. A lot of people like the other kinds of chicken too, but the chicken on a stick is what I always find the best. It's still kind of just like deep fried, and don't worry, you can still have your hot dog. I think it's still kind of the same lack of variety. It's just more appealing to Pam because have you noticed the distinct lack of cheese and tomato? I know that some of them have mayo in exchange though, which is rough, but it's not yakitori. Yakitori is different. It's like fried chicken on a stick. It's more like kebab is what's usually called, I think. Yakitori is like fried or grilled, like just chicken breast or chicken thigh, usually in teriyaki sauce on a stick, sometimes with leek, but I think there's a different name for that. And then that's the fried chicken. Look at the texture though. The texture of fried chicken at 7-Eleven is what I live for. Get them in a box of 5. And do you think you find chicken with that kind of texture in American 7-Eleven? No. But if they make it in Japan, they absolutely have the capability to make it in America, so get on this. Why don't you throw away those chicken tendies that go bad really, really quickly and start having these chicken nuggets? Like, please. Yeah, they're really crispy. And the coating is kind of thin, too. I think it's one of the ones made of starch instead of breading. So it's really crispy, but it's also not too rich. I really enjoy it. I used to eat these quite a bit. I would get them on a really busy day, the chicken on a stick, or like the chicken in a cup from Lawson, and toss it in my backpack. And if I didn't have time for lunch, I'd just have some chicken to make sure I got protein. It was great. And so a box of 5 pieces of this fried chicken is 350 yen. 350 yen for 5 pieces of chicken, which amounts to, I'm getting a converter, $2.28 US. American 7-Eleven could never. It would be so nice though. It's really, really cheap and affordable. And that's a big deal too that I wanted to bring up, because that's what I mean by it would be really affordable. If I didn't have a lot of money or a lot of time on a certain day, I could go and just get a bit of chicken from 7-Eleven and it would keep me nice and full for a really good price. Oh, it's my chicken stick! Eee! The texture on this one's even better. You can tell this one is starch. Like, you see like the little bits? The breading is really dry and really crispy. Like, this one looks good with the chicken on a stick. I think the one on a stick was a little more expensive though, because I remember kind of splurging on it whenever I did. It was really, really good. And because you could eat it on the stick, you didn't get your hands as greasy. But then they just gave you a stick, so you kind of had to eat it right away. And by the way, it's an unspoken rule that you do not walk and eat at the same time in Japan. So you better carry it with you for an eternity, or you better eat it before leaving, because you don't walk and eat. So it's a little difficult. I'm gonna be honest though, I was a terrible person that would sometimes eat these while walking. I knew it was like blasphemous. I just, sometimes I prioritized my hunger, okay? But yeah, the chicken on a stick is really yummy. I like it a lot. They sell those here? No. No, they don't. As someone who's eaten both, no, they don't. The chicken on a stick in America is dog shit compared to this. The one in America is like, okay. It's average. Or maybe slightly below average chicken on a stick. This is God tier. This is God tier chicken on a stick. I don't know how to explain it other than the texture is entirely different. This one is so much more crunchy while being less greasy. Like, I don't even understand how it's humanly possible, okay? it's like a high quality version. The breading, the recipe is totally different. Omeyer House only sells them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's probably the other kind though. I don't think I beat this one. If it is this one though, dang. Yeah, I have had Korean fried chicken. This is much similar in texture to that. It's like Korean or Taiwanese style chicken. Yeah. But bigger cuts. Because Taiwanese style is usually cut really, really small. And Korean chicken, it depends. Sometimes it's like giant chunks, sometimes it's really small. But the breading is kind of more similar to that. Hello, Renegade. Then there's the bao. I have never tried bao in Japan at all, actually, except for once. I fucked up. I think I ate bao more at home than I ever ate it in Japan. And it looks good. They have pork buns. And if you notice too, a lot of the menus for these are in English. This is cheesecake, so I never bothered with that. They have like red bean buns as well, and different things. Walmart started selling frozen bao. Yeah. My Walmart has like 6 different types of frozen ones, I think. It's nice. One of them was really good too, actually. But for bao, I can't vouch because I've never tried them. But if you need another quick meal, it's another good option, probably. It'd be interesting to see stuff like that come to. I don't know if we have bao in the American ones. It'd be nice if we did though. I think some specialty stores do, but that's about it. I know that 7-Eleven in Hong Kong and the Philippines had bao, so it wouldn't be pretty hard. A lot of places seem to have them. There's also fresh smoothies for 300 yen, which is really cheap. I've never tried them, but apparently they're really famous these days. Hello, Astoria. Hot Cheetos. I hate hot Cheetos. Nah. I'll buy you better shit. I'll buy you consomme chips. You can learn the joy of consomme chips. This is the hot coffee, cold coffee, and tea and stuff section. You've already seen it. It's good. My favorite tea is not in these photos. This is Boss Coffee. Definitely owned by me, not a scam. This dessert fridge has a lot of like daifuku, mochi, tiramisu, custards, cream puffs. I recommend the cream puffs, although the American ones already have cream puffs. Just go get a cream puff. You've always had them. Would it be nice to get some like daifuku and stuff? I don't remember seeing that. Or like matcha parfaits, but like pudding, not ice cream. Boss Coffee's in the US now. Yeah. I've seen it in some specialty stores at least. And a selection of ready-made meals. There's like ramen, where you just like add liquid and heat it up, and then you got ramen. There's stir fries, yakisoba, udon, korokke, oyakodon. A lot of it is still very heavy, like rice or noodle. But there are some that are more veggie as well. I really like breaded fish ones. The dried goods, which again I never really bought. Bentos, they have a big section of bentos. So if you have 0 time or 0 skills to make your own bento, you've seen them already. The salad boxes are pretty legit. The flavoring is often separate, so you don't have to have it on if you don't want it. The flavors too are really unique. I mean, they're more common Japanese flavors. It'd be nice to get more variety for people who don't want your typical like Caesar salad, because I do not like salad dressing. So more varieties like that would be nice for me. I do really enjoy some Western style salads though that are kind of like spinach and chopped walnuts and like that berry that starts with a C, I think. Cranberries and stuff like that can be really good. Hello, Eric Brock. But this one is seafood, tuna, egg, and vegetable dressing. Just like grated veggies. That one looks really unique to me. I'd probably want to try it. And then you have like this one. This one looks amazing to me. Deep fried tofu and small sardines and seaweed. That looks amazing. Oh my god. Deep fried tofu though, I'm also a little biased because that's yummy. You don't like vinaigrette dressings? No, because I don't like vinegar. For some reason, my nose can't differentiate between the smell of vinegar and the smell of feet. I don't understand why I got the gene where I cannot distinguish the two. But like, would you want to eat your food if it literally smells the same as like the stinkiest feet to you? No. No, you would not want to eat feet salad. So I don't feel like eating feet salad. So any vinaigrette is like, no. I don't like a lot of food. That's not true though. The problem is, there's only a few things I don't like. The problem is the few things I don't like are in almost everything. It almost entirely boils down to I don't like cheese, tomato, and vinegar. That's why I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like vinegar. It's like, I don't like those 3 ingredients. It's not my fault people put those 3 things in everything. Most other things I'm okay with. Those 3 things are a no-go for me. It's just really, really unlucky that the few things I don't like are in almost everything. Hello, observing procrastinator. Kind of filth level do like vinegar. It's something wrong with my nose, I think, okay? It's like even a faint smell of feet kind of smells like vinegar. It's like, I don't know what it is. The scent is the same. It's not like, not even necessarily feet. Like if you walk past a place where a lot of people take off their shoes, I can kind of smell it from the shoes. I don't know why I'm like this, okay? All I know is feet and vinegar, same. And I don't want to eat things that smell like feet. That's enough. I'm done. I can't do it. There's a lot of good chocolates. The one thing I will say about candy, actually, I was gonna say candy and chocolate is much more overpriced than in America, but that's not necessarily true. because prices have raised a lot. Chips are definitely more overpriced. You're not going to find your giant party bag that's going to last you for like sharing with 4 people. You're gonna pay almost the same price for a single serving. Not quite a Halloween-sized bag of chips, but it's very small. Like, you're going to be disappointed if you expect big bags of chips. I like the chips, but they come in very small portions. And that's one thing that you want to get used to. The party bags can only last for 1 sitting. How are you alive? How are you alive? At least 3 sittings, come on! How are you alive? Chocolate covered bunny in the... I think I've had any. Oh yeah, Kit Kats. You can find a lot of the unique Kit Kat flavors. I think a better place to find those though would be like Don Quixote. A bag of chips is literally 60% air. You're not wrong. By that definition, low calorie. If 60% of a bag of chips has no calorie, chips are low calorie. Change my mind. They're healthy for you. They contain oxygen. And they have all their drinks. Oh, that's a good drink. CC Lemon is a drink that has a lot of vitamin C. So if you're sick, it's a really great thing to pick. And the chips. Oh, that looks good. It does give you a bit more of a scale for the size of the bag of chips, although this is smaller than most. Honey and chicken chips. Honey butter chips taste weird to me because the butter is kind of... But honey and chicken, I would try that. I would try that. Hello, Andres. Would you be up for doing a stream where you try American 7-Eleven products? No. That involves a lot of money. That involves a lot of money to eat things I may or may not like. I mean, if I pick the specific ones, maybe, but that's still money. I can eat food I already have in the warehouse for no money, you know? That's a good option. Although I found out I have permission to tell you guys, but I don't want to say too much because I'm kind of getting mixed messages where I have permission to tell you guys, but at the same time I was told not to announce it. So I don't know what that means, but I'm going to a convention next weekend. I won't say which one in case there's more than one so that I technically am not doing anything wrong. So maybe I'm going with some other people. So maybe I can try to do a thing where we all get together in my hotel room and we like go splitsies to buy some things and we can try them on a hand cam maybe. Because if we go splitsies, it's not that bad. But if I'm covering a bunch of things to open all of them and try like one bite, that's a lot of money. Yeah, off collab maybe. No promises, but I can ask around. And maybe, depending, figure out something to try different stuff. Hello, Noah. If I do decide I want to just relax more, I'll do that though. That's why my stream schedule is gonna be kind of wonky next week, and that's why I'm a little limited on what I can do and stuff because I need to do that. I don't want to stream as much as I did during Anime Expo. I was trying to get a lot more streams in before my surgery. This time I want to kind of take some time for myself. I'll probably do 1 or 2 streams while I'm away though, but I don't want to overdo it this time. But I will be hosting a panel at whatever event it is. Glad I got back on solid food. Oh god, yeah, I was so worried. I remember I said bringing baby food for breakfast at cons is great, but I don't want to only eat baby food at a convention. So I was really nervous that I would only be able to eat baby food, and I was petrified to travel. It was not good, man. I recently watched the episode of Sound Euphonium movie and it was truly mesmerizing. I haven't gotten into Sound Euphonium. I'm worried I wouldn't like it because of my hate of Slice for Life, but I also like music, so I don't know. Maybe I would like it. I don't know. This is my brand that I said is really good. Baby Star Ramen. It's like, you see this little thing? It's like a group of noodles kind of like stuck together almost in the shape of like a chip or a cracker. And this one is takoyaki flavor, which probably would taste like mayo, so I don't think I'd like that. But it's a really good brand. I do recommend trying one of their snacks if you ever get the chance. They're really yummy. I especially like they had a spicy peanut flavor that had those yummy peanuts in it. That one was really good. I also like their tonkotsu ramen whenever they have it. Now, Yakult Probiotic. If you want to get some probiotic lactic acid bacteria drink, it's just yogurt. I don't know why they're making it so fancy. This is just yogurt in a drinking cup, okay? Yogurt has probiotics. It's just yogurt. Salted squid guts. If you're feeling particularly brave, you can get some salted squid guts. I feel like this likely won't be brought to the American location because I don't think most people would buy salted squid guts, so they'll probably refrain. Although I feel like if a lot more people gave it a chance, I might be surprised how much they enjoy it. You never know. Also, Skeptical Panda, thank you for the super. Obake Panda for the baby bottle face. Oh no. And you can buy frozen takoyaki as well if you want to make it yourself. I think this is frozen okonomiyaki actually, but I'm not sure. Savory pancake. I think that one might be okonomiyaki as well. I don't know why okonomiyaki is often called like Japanese pizza or Japanese pancake, because it's really its own thing. It doesn't compare to anything. It's like noodles and egg and cabbage. It's not even flat. It's like pretty tall often, so I don't know why. Why the comparison? It's so different. It was okonomiyaki because next it says frozen okonomiyaki. I've tried making stuff kind of like inspired by okonomiyaki. I did have one place that a friend took me to that had amazing okonomiyaki. I thought I would never like okonomiyaki because of the mayonnaise and stuff, but my friend took me to a place that had really good curry and egg yolk okonomiyaki. Oh, that shit was amazing. I've craved it all the time since, but I've never found another place that made it like that. It was in Hiroshima. So if you ever need good okonomiyaki and you're in Hiroshima, definitely look around. Hiroshima style okonomiyaki is a bit different too, so that might be why they have more variety. And this is the melon bread or mironpan. If you have never tried it, it's basically kind of a fluffy bun. The buns can be kind of thick. They're not that light. They're surprisingly filling. I often am not able to finish them actually. And the top layer is kind of like a cookie coated in sugar. If you've never tried one, I do recommend trying them once. They're kind of like one of the weeb staples. You gotta try it at least once. Sometimes they have ones with chocolate chips in them as well. I like the ones with chocolate chips in them quite a bit. The chocolate chip ones are usually much bigger though. The place I found them, it's usually like 4 of these in one. I don't know if it's meant to be a loaf or just a giant one, but it's interesting. The refrigerator snack, yeah, lobster basically. It's really fancy shit, some of the stuff in the fridges. Because of Shana? I mean, not necessarily. I feel like it's just in general, a lot of people find it from different anime and stuff all over the place. Maybe some people through Shana, but some people through other things too. Grilled rice cakes with chives. I've never seen these before, but they look pretty good. That's in their like microwave section, and then steamed buns. I think these are these soup dumplings? Looks like maybe soup dumplings. Hello, Mr. Darksol. I don't know the word for soup dumplings in Japanese, so I'm not sure. They look good though. Alcohol section. More alcohol section. And then the pasta and soup pots. Yes! Finally! Okay, this is what I meant by the other section that they were showing was not instant noodles. Despite them calling it instant noodles, it was much more these, like instant soups and stews. So, they have like stew or like tteokbokki, or like wonton soup, and lots of different things. Like, I know this one is like some sort of like butter potato stew. It probably comes with like croutons or something, not quite bread. But they have like potato noodles sometimes as well. It's much more variety than just instant ramen. And this is the first time I think I've seen that acknowledged. So I really appreciate that they touched on what's actually there a little bit more. So yeah, it's like different types of pasta and noodles. It's not just instant ramen. These are their section. It's kind of like their burger equivalent, but it's cold. You can buy like subs and hot dogs and like not egg McMuffins. English muffin sandwiches. And you can buy chicken burgers and stuff. Hello, Stitch, but almost all of them have mayonnaise, unfortunately. So this section is a little dangerous to me. I don't think I ever successfully found anything in it. Other than the occasional menchikatsu sando, which is like meat and vegetables put into a patty together. Sometimes that didn't have mayo, and that was nice. I guess this is like a food hack because they said it tastes the same as McDonald's but cheaper. So if you do like egg McMuffin, yeah, you can just come here and get it cheaper instead. They do have a microwave in the store you can use, I believe. And then, of course, the big fancy ATMs. You can also buy umbrellas and stuff. Ah! Here's another good section. Different stuff that you can buy out of 7-Eleven. You can tell this came out quite a while ago because of some of what it says. This is an interesting one that I thought I could do in America and stuff because I was like, okay, mine is expensive. So I'm like, what if I get a temporary SIM card just with internet so I'm not paying my regular plan? Yeah, literally 7-Eleven. You can get prepaid Japanese eSIM cards so that you can have like a phone number and text and use data. And it's much, much, much cheaper than using whatever roaming plan you have because not a lot of places in Japan have Wi-Fi. You are not going to be able to get by with Wi-Fi. You're going to want to do everything you can if you get there for a while to get an eSIM right away at a 7-Eleven. I did the same thing in Hong Kong and it was very helpful. I believe it was also at a 7-Eleven. And my plan, I told you guys before, my data plan is like dog shit for using data on the go. So I rely on Wi-Fi, but Anime Expo had really bad Wi-Fi. So I was like, okay, what if I temporarily get another SIM to use for internet that's like not my stupid expensive data plan? And I went to 7-Eleven and I was like, hey, do you have like SIM cards? And they're like, no. And I panicked so hard. I was like, what do I do? I was like, how can you not have SIM cards? Because like every 7-Eleven in other countries had SIM cards. I didn't understand how they could not have SIM cards. No Wi-Fi. I mean, it's probably different. There's some places that definitely have Wi-Fi, but you can't rely on it. You can't rely on everywhere having Wi-Fi. I do remember it being very difficult to find. But that's true. eSIMs are actually amazing. I found that out when I was in trouble and couldn't get it to work. Because I couldn't use my data plan. It was having poor reception. And as I said, it's expensive. So I found out, it was actually Yuki and Yuna who told me that you can have an eSIM. There's like apps and stuff where you can download a temporary SIM card for any region, even your own country. If you just know you're gonna need a lot of data and don't want to blow through your plan, you can get an eSIM and then you can use that one for data. And then when you run out, it just cuts you off until you top it up, and it's really good. So that's, if you don't want to get a physical one, that's something you can do that's really useful. Yeah, I can get a SIM card in Hong Kong for really cheap. So I think in that case, it's probably more affordable than getting an eSIM because I paid like nothing and I never ran out. It depends where you're going, what is more worth it, I guess. Hello, Alexis. They also have gacha vending machines sometimes, usually outside. Mine never had any. The ones I usually went to didn't have any gachapon machines, not at all. A lot of it's stuff that was already covered. Yeah. I have gift cards, but I mean, you can just buy gift cards online. Yeah, this is what I meant by you can, like, pick up tickets for, like, big events. I mean, you can probably do it online, but you can also pick them up there, which is nice. And all your typical convenience store stuff, basically, otherwise. I did have a tier list. I wanted to quickly put some stuff on my tier list for some of the items. It's just S to NA because I was too lazy to alter it. But, okay, so tuna with mayo. I'm gonna put it in C because I feel like if it didn't have mayo, it would be really good. But I'm not the biggest rice person. And I love tuna, though. I love tuna. I feel like for you guys, it would probably be an A or a B. If you can tolerate mayo. It's got mayo and Pam likes it. No, C is like near the bottom, okay? I'm putting it near the bottom because, like, if I had to choose between that or cheese, I think it's slightly less bad. It's slightly less offensive to my palate. It's like an almost. NA, I'm just gonna put stuff where, like, I don't know what it is or I've never tried it. I think this is like little chocolate cookies. I'm gonna put it in B because I think chocolate cookies can be good. Really good, actually. I'll often crave them, but I'm the type of person where if I buy like a package of chocolate cookies, I'll eat like one bite or one cookie and I'm like, yum, that was delicious, but I never want to eat another one. I'm done. Oh. So I have to say that's the highest I can give it. Hello, 7 Silver Hours. One thing to be aware of as well for stuff like chocolate in Japan, I find it a lot sweeter. A lot of food in Japan tends to be quite sweet. So be aware of that when you're buying desserts and stuff. I know the stereotype is that it tends to not be as sweet, but I tend to disagree. I find it to be really sweet. I also don't eat sweets outside of Japan, really, so I could be just wrong, but I always find it to be really sweet. Pocari Sweat. It sounds so nasty. Like, I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, no, I don't want to buy a bottle full of something called sweat. Like, that's disgusting. No, it's S tier. S tier. The reason I say that is because after I was forced to try it once after almost passing out from heat exhaustion. So, Pocari Sweat is designed to help you get electrolytes and keep you healthy when it's really, really hot. And in Japan, it gets really, really hot. Hello, SSRB. And the hot is not just like the dry heat where like, oh, this is lovely. No. It's a humid heat that you can feel in your bones. You can feel in your soul. You just want to melt into the concrete and fucking die. Like, we're talking after Humidex, it can be in the late 40s or even close to 50. Like, it is hot! It is like Gatorade, but it's not as sweet. It has almost like a citrusy, salty, slightly sweet taste. It's much better, in my opinion. I can barely tolerate Gatorade and stuff. It just tastes so sweet and gross. But I find Pocari Sweat pretty okay. Like, it definitely works better, too. I've used it sometimes. Yeah, it's like less sweet. When I had migraines, even if it's not a hot day, I find Pocari Sweat is really, really good for migraines. So I would take it quite often. 1 second. Temperature, Tokyo, Humidex. It's still early in the day, so it wouldn't be too bad, but I'm curious how hot it is right now. Okay. So, with the humidity, keep in mind that it is like, I think it's 10 in the morning. Either 10 or 9 or 11, one of those in the morning. So that's still early, and it's overcast. So it's not sunny, but oh, it is humid. So in Tokyo right now, it is 33 degrees Celsius, but feels like 41 degrees Celsius. Let me put that into Fahrenheit so I can figure out how hot that actually means. That's 105. So after the humidity, right now, not even noon, a couple hours before noon, and it's overcast. It is 105 degrees. So when I say you need things to fight heat exhaustion, I mean it. Don't mess with heat in Japan. Don't mess with it. Don't drink water. Like, you need sports drinks. Water is not enough. I'm not joking. Hello, Leo. Like, I used to only drink water, and then I felt really awful in the summer because I would walk, like, really, really far. Like, half an hour in each direction, lots of different times, every day, all over the place. Sometimes for like 4 hours at once, I would just walk. One time I walked the entire Yamanote line. How far is that? Well, I didn't walk the whole thing. I cheated like 2 stations early and went home, but... Yamanote line walking length. 34.5 kilometers or 21.4 miles. I walked that in the summer. Just because I wanted to say I did. Water is not enough. Like, you're actually not hydrating with the water. You're just sweating it all out. But Pocari Sweat has the electrolytes to keep you going. Highly recommend. If you can find it abroad too, it's really good in the heat. I had some during Anime Expo and it really helped me a lot. I brought it with me. You remember when you went, it was so humid, but lucky everywhere you go, they have AC blasting. Yeah! Same in Japan. Japan and Hong Kong both have a lot of air conditioning blasting. Japan is hit and miss. Like, a lot of places have air conditioning, but they won't keep it as cool as you might expect elsewhere. Like, it's still hot for what I was used to, but it was definitely cooler than outside, if that makes sense. But it was still above the range of what's comfortable for me. It was kind of rough. Pocky! What do you guys think about Pocky? Where should Pocky go? The other staple weeb item. Do people even eat Pocky anymore? I don't know. I am going to be honest. Where do you think I'll put Pocky? Where do you think I'll put Pocky? I'm gonna have to put it in C. You pay a lot of money for a tiny, tiny amount of stick, and it doesn't even taste like good chocolate. Like, you know the chocolate syrup that you use to make chocolate milk? It just tastes like you're straight up eating that on a stick. There are certain flavors of Pocky, though, that I think are really yummy. The chocolate almond one, it has crunchy almond bits, and the flavor of chocolate is much different. I really enjoy the chocolate almond Pocky. Actually, I think that's the only one I enjoy. Chocolate almond Pocky is good shit. I like Pretz, though. Same brand, but it's like savory. Chicken flavored Pretz is real good. Yeah, it's more of an anime meme than a good snack, honestly. So it's in the category of, you know what? Tuna mayo is going down to D. It's in the category of I don't like it. I slightly dislike it, but I could still eat it. D is I can't eat it. C is I could eat it, but I would not choose to under any circumstances. If there's any other option. Matcha, I've never had, actually, believe it or not. I will say the same about the Kinoko no Yama. The little mushroom chocolates. No, actually, they're pretty good. I'm gonna put them in B. They're really tasty, but for what you pay, you don't really get a lot, and they're really sweet. So, like, I'll have one and really enjoy it, but then I don't want any more. Same with the chocolate cookies. Like, they're good. I don't dislike them. They're good. But, like, I can't really eat more than one. I'm like, that's kind of it, you know? Hi, Chu! I'm gonna put Haichu in B as well. If you've never had Haichu, it's like a candy that's almost as chewy as gum, but you can swallow it. It's not going to make a ball like gum, but it's really, really chewy. So you can kind of chew it for a long time, or if you're like me, you can rebel and suck on it because then the flavor lasts longer. The problem is, I'm not really a candy person. Candy, I don't dislike candy. It's really sweet. It's not something you need to eat to live your life. Like if someone was like, hey, do you want a Haichu? I'd be like, yeah, I want a Haichu, but would I buy a Haichu? No. I don't dislike it, but it's, you know, it exists. Hello, Phoenix. It exists, and this is okay. Okay, but consomme chips. Consomme chips. A tier. A tier. So consomme is kind of like a condensed broth. So the best way that I can describe these potato chips is that they taste like chicken soup. And you can get them at every single convenience store. I feel like if any chip flavors from Japan come over, they're probably the most likely to be one of the ones you would find early on. The soda flavored Haichus, okay, I will agree, those ones are actually pretty good. Yeah, the little bubble pieces are interesting. I do like those ones. Hello, background noise. The consomme flavored, yeah, Calvi. I think this one is no name, but kind of like the same type of thing. Or 7-Eleven brand maybe. Consomme chips are really, really good. Highly recommend. They're not quite A tier because there are better flavors of chips out there. Often the seasonal ones that disappear. But the consomme is basically if there's no unique ones that I really like in the store, I'll always go for consomme. So it's pretty good. It's basically the equivalent in North America of like barbecue. You don't see a lot of barbecue chips. And it's one of those things where you either like it or you don't. But it's like one of the staple flavors, you know? Like in America, you have like salt and vinegar, you have barbecue, you have plain. You can always find those pretty much. And then in Japan, you always have plain, you always have consomme, and you always have nori. Other ones exist, but you can reliably always find those flavors. Does that make sense? I really like the consomme ones. For Calorie Mate, I'm just gonna rate one. There's like multiple flavors here. I've never had Calorie Mate, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming I've had similar. I ate Soy Joy bars, which were another thing, which is like a protein bar to keep you going if you can't have a meal. Those I'd probably rate A. They were actually pretty good, some of the flavors. But Calorie Mate, I have no fucking clue. If any of you guys had Calorie Mate, I don't know, is it good, is it bad? I don't know. It exists. Bottled green tea. Unsweetened, I think. I can't read it, it's so small. I'm gonna assume it's green tea and put it in S tier. This brand is not S tier, but you know, when I'm desperate, I'll take any brand. I really like unsweetened tea in a bottle. It's really refreshing. It gives me caffeine, so I don't have it very often, which makes it extra special of a treat. I don't like bottled sweetened tea, like the Arizona brand, or like, if you get sweetened ones, often from like Chinese or Korean stores. Well, the Korean sometimes has non-sweetened ones too. But the unsweetened ones that you can find in Japanese stores really, really is yummy, and I like it a lot. I recommend trying it at least once. Even if you don't think you'd like it unsweetened, they're so refreshing cold that you might be surprised. This is really small. I can't tell what this is. It looks like a bag of Brussels sprouts. I literally can't tell. I'm gonna assume it's a bag of Brussels sprouts and put it in A tier. Because over the years, I've learned that Brussels sprouts are not my enemy. In fact, they are my best friend. So I'm gonna put them in A tier, assuming they're Brussels sprouts. Because I can roast them. I can air fry them. I can steam them. I can fry them. They're good no matter what. As long as you season them properly and don't make them soggy, Brussels sprouts are amazing. I think most people overcook their Brussels sprouts, and that's when it's nasty. If you don't cook them well, that's when they start to taste absolutely horrid. It's the same with cabbage. If you overcook it to the point that it's a soggy disaster, it's going to taste like shit. But if you have cabbage that's been properly cooked, it can be really yummy. I think this is like green tea hard candies. I'm gonna put them in B because I've had some types of hard candy, green tea flavored, that again is really good if it's given to me, but I don't think I'd necessarily buy it. I'll enjoy it if I'm eating it, but I don't really go out of my way to get it. Yeah. I've never tried grilled Brussels sprouts. Are they good? I don't have a grill other than a barbecue, but I'll try it. The next one, this is what the Lawson chicken looks like. It's just like a plastic cup full of chicken. And I live for that shit. Lawson chicken is S tier. If I could do anything to get chicken immediately, I would want Lawson chicken. Yeah, true. Some Brussels sprouts, when prepared right, are as snackable as potato chips. I thought I hated them my whole life until I had some cooked well. Brussels sprouts can be really fucking good. I've never not grilled them. Are they good grilled? Strawberry daifuku. I don't know if this is candy or actual frozen daifuku. I'm gonna assume it's frozen daifuku and put it in B. I like mochi and I like daifuku, but my unpopular opinion is that strawberries have too much moisture to be in daifuku. So when you try to eat them, they just kind of like ooze juice and they can get a little bit messy. So I'm not the biggest fan of eating strawberry daifuku. If there's a freeze-dried strawberry, I think it would be good. Yeah, konbini fried chicken goes really hard. So I think for me, I would put it in B because I would enjoy it if it was given to me, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it. I would eat more than one though. I would eat like the whole thing. I think it deserves to be there. This one, I'm gonna put in B. It's not quite the bottled black coffee, whether it's cold or hot. Premium Boss coffee is really good. The flavor is really rich. I quite like it a lot more than like any coffee place I've been to. It's really good. You get just enough to feel the caffeine without really having too much that you get too many shakies. It's smaller than you'd get at a coffee place. It's usually a small amount in a can. I like that the bottles can be resealed so you can kind of have a few sips and toss it in your backpack. Like a bottle, but it's made of metal. The hot ones can be a little rough on your hands though if they're too hot. I don't think I've ever seen one of their commercials. I'll have to check them out sometime. I put them in A because they're really good. They're not as good as the cold tea for me though, so I'll basically always go for the tea. Unless I pulled an all-nighter or something, then I'd go for the coffee. And I think this is, yeah, milk ole. It's kind of like a tea latte, but it's sweetened. I'm gonna have to put it in C. Those are way too sweet for me. It's basically tastes like just your regular orange pico, but with like milk and sugar, but way too much sugar and way too much milk, and it's cold and it's in a bottle, and I don't want that. I don't really want it by any means. If it was given to me, I could reluctantly drink it. It's not so bad that I'd have to throw it in the trash, but I would not choose to buy that, especially when the same fridge has my tea. Like, I will always go for my tea. Same with Coca-Cola Lemon. Like, I'm sure I could tolerate it, but I'm not a soda person. And if I could buy tea or soda, it's always gonna be the tea, man. That's just how it works. I think, I can't quite... Oh, this is Calpis. This is nasty. Calpis is like... it's like a soft drink, not quite a soda. But it's like... Imagine juice, but you mix it with milk. That's the vibe. Juice, but put milk in it. And I don't enjoy that. I want something to be either like milky or juicy. I do not enjoy fruity milk things. Like, nah. Some of the smoothest soda you've ever drank? I mean, maybe, but soda shouldn't be milky, in my opinion. It's just weird. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. Its existence feels like a crime. It has milk culture in it. Exactly! It's like, that shouldn't be in soda. I can't, no. I can't do that. That's not okay. That's, like, wrong. I'm only gonna use one of the Kit Kats because I feel the same about all Kit Kats. I'm gonna put them in C. I think it's green. It's green tea. It's matcha Kit Kat. I can eat Kit Kats if they're given to me, but like I'll nibble at it. I don't really want a lot at once. The green tea Kit Kats made in America are different than the ones made in Japan. They do taste different, I find. They're sweeter. The ones in Japan admittedly are a bit better, but I'm not a Kit Kat person. I don't really like wafers in my chocolate. Like, I'll eat them. I don't hate them, but I don't want it at the same time, if that makes sense. There is an American version of green tea Kit Kats. I've seen it a few times, and it's not as good. It's kind of salty a little bit or something, too. It's weird. So I'm gonna have to abandon it in the same category as Pocky. I kind of feel the same. They're both overhyped. Like, everyone talks about them when they talk about Japanese food, and I'm like, can you talk about the good shit? Anyway, these are Calbee hot and spicy chips. They're going down in D. That exact same brand makes curry chips, which are really good, but the hot and spicy bamboozled me. They bamboozled me real hard. Hello, Hardy! So many are pretty mid once you get inside the packaging. I disagree. I've told you how much I disagree. I will literally fight you. I will literally fight you if you think it's better than a 7-Eleven burger. Although some of them are mid. Some of them are mid. I'll give you that. You just haven't eaten the right ones. But the hot and spicy chips are really bad. They bamboozled me because the first time I had them, actually, my dad went away and brought them back for me as a gift, but I couldn't read the package. So I ate them thinking, oh, maybe it's like Japanese barbecue. It had fucking cheese. I could tell. I tasted it and I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. I don't like this. This is nasty. This is not good. This is not good. And then I looked up the ingredients, cheese. I will never forgive this exact bag of chips. Every time I see it, I get irrationally angry. I just can't do it. It's no good. This is like a grape gummy. I don't really eat gummies. I can't rate it. I have no idea. I don't know what this banana thing is. I've never seen it, let alone eaten it. I have no idea. See you, Krama. Family Chicky, I'm gonna put an A. That's the Family Mart equivalent of fried chicken. I find Family Chicky a little closer to how American chicken often tastes. That's just true though. All convenience store food is pretty shit. At least they make it look pretty in Japan, which honestly could be why it tastes better, because presentation is important. The tiny detail pushes it slightly out of the shit category. Honestly, mid is actually a compliment for like convenience store food. Usually it's straight up shit. If it's mid, that's already an improvement. But Family Mart chicken, I find it feels a little more like American chicken. The pieces are often kind of bigger as well. Like you can get one really big piece, for example. It's still really good, but it's not quite as good as Lawson chicken, my beloved. So I cannot put it on the top tier. If you have a chance to try convenience store chicken in Japan, I recommend trying every convenience store. Don't pick one, try them all. Takenoko, this is literally the same thing as the mushrooms. It's just a different brand and a different shape. It's literally the same fucking thing. So that's going in the same section. I have no idea what flavor this is, so it's going here because I can't read it. another brand of green tea, so it's just automatically going up there. I said I don't like the bottled tea. I put it in C, like I'll drink it if I have to. The powdered one, I think I'll put in B. The powdered orange pico with like milk and sugar in it, it's actually much better. If you make it yourself, whether it's hot or cold, I find for that particular one, the powder is a lot better than the bottle. I actually don't mind it. The royal milk tea powder is pretty okay. Surprisingly, a whole tier above the bottle. So if you want to try it, I recommend this because it's only a little bit more price-wise, and then you get a bunch of them, so you can make them yourself at home and save a lot of money. I can't quite read this or see what it is, but I think it's fried chicken, but it's not Lawson chicken. So it's going because it's fried chicken at least, you know. Because you get to control how much water you mix in, probably, yeah, and then it's more fresh too. Pizza flavored chips, they got cheese. They have to go in D. I can't. I just can't. That's wrong. Oh, they do have the almond pocky here. So this is the good shit. The almond crunch pocky. I'll put it in A. It's not quite S tier, but it's really good pocky. The chocolate is not quite. It's a little more milky maybe to balance the sweet, and it has almonds on it that you can crunch. It's pretty good. I actually do like it a lot. I don't know this type of pocky. Green tea I've never had, but I feel like it'd probably be a B. I'd be willing to eat it, probably quite excitedly. Umaibo! Umaibo, if you're unfamiliar, it's kind of like a giant cheesy. But, like, one single cheesy. A giant one. Like, the size of a hot dog or something. I'm gonna put it in C because I think I would try it if I was given one in a flavor that wasn't gross. But I don't think, because I don't think I'd go out of my way to try umaibo. But if they had like consomme flavor or something, I think I would try it. But I would not choose to try it. Oh, strawberry pocky is also not bad. I'll put strawberry pocky in B. I think I also don't mind strawberry. It's not as bad. It doesn't taste like strawberry syrup, unlike the chocolate one. It just tastes okay. Miso paste onigiri. As long as it didn't have mayo, I'd probably put it in B. That's probably okay. I don't think I've ever tried it. Salmon, I think has the mayo at most places. No. Salmon with mayo. Okay. Salmon without having mayo, I put in B. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, but I would like it. Same with pork, probably. No, I'd put pork one below. I don't like pork that much, unless it's like pork that melts in your mouth, then I like it. Or bacon. I can eat it, I just don't love it. It's kind of more of a tough meat. Tough and fatty. I don't really enjoy tough and fatty. So I'm gonna see. Isn't it pork floss? Is it? I've never tried it. If it's pork floss, that goes up to A. I love pork floss. I wish I would have known that. I would have eaten that so many times. Damn it. As long as there's no mayo, I would have lived on that shit if I knew. Man. Pain. Salmon with mayo is going straight to D because it's got mayo. Ume. Plum. I've never tried it. Pork floss. Let me get a picture. I would try it at least once, but I'm worried about the sour taste. Pork floss is kind of hard to explain if you've never seen it. I don't know how it's made. I have actually no fucking clue how it's made. So this is pork floss. It's like, think cotton candy, but pork. I don't know how else to explain it. This one looks like it could be homemade or something though. Usually it looks a little more fluffy. Like this image might be a little more accurate to what it looks like. It's really dry. It's usually like sweet and salty. It's like this. like cotton candy pork. Like cotton candy pork. Not pulled pork though, which is different. It's like super fluffy. Cotton candy. I don't know how to word it. There's pork, chicken, and fish floss. I've never tried anything but pork floss. But it's quite good. Yeah. I like pork floss. I do like that as well. I will give it that. Nori flavored chips. I will put them in C. Yeah, I think I could eat them if I had to. I really would not want to eat them, but I think let's put them in D. I really don't think. I think I could eat a few and then I'd be like, this was a mistake. I do not enjoy seaweed flavored chips, not at all. And I love seaweed. They just don't belong in chips. CC lemon, I will put in S tier because I had it a lot when I felt really sick. It's basically a soft drink. It's like a soda that's lemon flavor, but it has a lot of vitamin C and some other stuff in it. So when you're sick, even if it's a placebo, it helps you feel quite a bit better, I find. I really enjoy it. Whenever I felt the start of a cold coming on, I'd always buy some CC lemon, and I found it would comfort me at least. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is really good, isn't it, Bongla? It's genuinely a yummy drink. Like, highly recommend trying it if you ever get a chance. It's actually good. For a vitamin drink, like, it tastes amazing. I don't even like soda. It's carbonated, but I still like it. So I think that says a lot. And Hello Panda, I think I'll put in C because I don't dislike it. It kind of falls in the same territory as Chocolate Pocky. It's like, I'll eat it if it's given to me, but I don't love it. It's okay. It exists. I can also get it near the warehouse, so it's just not as exciting, I guess. It's one of those normal things for me. Whereas a lot of the others are like extra exciting if I can find them. That being said, I have screamed a lot about convenience stores. I hope you guys have learned something or anything. Or at least now you just want to try some cool stuff if they start bringing some stuff over. How do you feel about the new selection coming to America now? Have any of you guys seen it? Is it only a few things? Or is it a decent chunk? I think Ro has seen it. I'm curious if any of you guys have, like, tried any of the new stuff yet. Because they said it's currently in some of the 7-Elevens, but only some of them. I'm gonna look real quick and see if I can find a location list. Which American 7-Eleven Japanese? I don't think I can find anything saying which ones. That's one thing I would really like to know, but... Yeah. I can't find anything stating which locations. I will say, though, I think Slurpees don't exist in Japan. That is one thing that American one has that's winning. Let me see. Yeah, I can't find anything saying which locations. So if you guys find it, let me know if it's any good. I'll be keeping an eye out. That being said, I did say I wanted to keep this a bit more of a short stream so that I could focus on resting. Because I think I overdid it last time. I also have to do an important CEO meeting. I gotta learn some stuff. And I have to discuss it and figure out. I might have a rare Sunday stream tomorrow, or I might not. We will see. Someone reached out about something, and I'm trying to see if I will make it happen or not. So keep an eye out, just in case. If you're new on either website, please consider following if you're on Twitch, or subscribing if you're on YouTube, so you can catch more in the future. That scared the shit out of me. Why is there like quadruple the noise? Holy crap. Also, my bladder is about to fucking burst, so I need to raid and run. I'm sorry. I gotta pee! I gotta pee so bad! I was hoping I could end stream and raid first, and the more every minute goes on, the more I'm like, oh no. I gotta pee! Okay, I'm gonna find some people to raid. Sorry for the abrupt ending. I was hoping we could have more of a discussion at the end. But it feels silly to go have a break and come back for like 5 minutes, so I have to pee! I'm doing Nikkei collab on Wednesday. Hopefully Final Fantasy on Tuesday. And hopefully members stream on either Monday or Tuesday with VR chat. I'm gonna pee myself. I have to run. Goodbye, employees. I must get the raids done so I can pee. Okay. Okay. Why is the slideshow gone? I have no idea why the slideshow is gone. It's not here. That's fine. We don't need it. I need to pee. What's most important is going to the fucking bathroom. Have a nice pee. That is definitely, what's the word? A greeting? What do you say when you're leaving a stream? Not a greeting, like a farewell. It's certainly a message. Who can I read? Hold on. Let's put out Risuli's 4-year anniversary stream. It's a big deal. Big deal. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I think we'll go there. Right. I'll send you guys to that. Make sure to read the rules, and then we'll find someone to read on the YouTube side, and I will go fucking pee. Don't pee on pants. That's why I need to go. Okay, we raid. Go read the rules of a raid on YouTube. I need to pee so bad it hurts. I'm so stubborn. I should have gone earlier, but I was like, it's fine. It was not fine. It was not fine, employees. It was not fine. Alright, hold on. Congrats on 4 years. There was raid on YouTube and run. Oh my god, I need to pee! Ah! Let me see. Hold on. I think I know what I want to read, but I don't know if it's gonna work. So give me a minute. Hold on. Let me see. I have an idea, but I want to make sure it's live. Let me see. Let me see. You know what? Let me see if it's a good time to raid. Hold on. Okay. I know that. Wait, hold on. Let me try to raid this. I don't know if it's going to work or not. If not, I have another idea. So, hold on. Okay, I can't raid that one, but I can raid one of the participants. I'm gonna raid Ember Amane streaming the FaZe tournament. If you go on the FaZe Connect channel, there is also a version with commentation by commentary by Rie, but I will send you guys to Ember's POV right now. You guys can go have a good time. I'm not pulling up the image because I'm in a hurry. I gotta pee. Please go read the rules. Make sure that you don't act weird to Ember. Go have fun. Bye bye. Wait, let me make sure the raid is going. Okay.